Do 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 do. Hello. I am just setting things up. If I can remember how to do this now. Alright, there's a gym. Oh, I need to turn that down. Do 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 do. The thing. There we are. Do do do. Trying to manage this from my phone while I stream from the desktop because I don't have much idea what I'm doing. Never mind. Bloop, and I'm in the chat. Hello. Is everybody good?
Well, that's a very subjective. Yeah.
I see.
Want to qualify that, or?
No.
Your puppy's nice.
Sorry? Oh, yes. Dilog is delightful. She's asleep right now. And hopefully she'll stay that way.
Oh shit.
Now, who else?
Jim, you're a little quiet.
Yeah, sorry about that. How's that? Is that a little better?
A little bit.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey, let me just.
Excuse me. No.
Oh,
Where
bastard. How is New Zealand?
is...
Hot.
Nice.
Yeah, now I'm really cold. There's no winning.
On the upside, the toilet flushes the right way now.
Yeah, that was weirdly jarring.
Is it really that bad? Like, I didn't think you would notice.
Neither did I at first, but then once I noticed it, I couldn't stop noticing it.
Oh, Ronan, is Adrian joining us?
He will be, yeah. He's wandered off somewhere. I'm just gonna see if I can get him.
Excellent.
Back.
Right.
But yeah, he'll be in.
First of all, I need to change my color to black, which is the GM. I would recommend red, green, purple, and blue, and possibly brown for the rest of yous.
I have already claimed pink.
Fair enough.
That's actually a problem. I can change that. That's not a problem.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear.
Oh, okay, cool. Discord is telling me something is wrong with my mic, so...
No, coming through loud and clear.
I mean, you're probably coming through better than I am.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I have no idea
Yes.
what I'm doing.
Hooray!
Yay!
Neither do I. So you can see a character sheet in front of you. That's completely editable. And if I remembered to sort out the scripting, then it will save between... Yes, they should all save between sessions. So if you've got your character already written out, feel free to just click in the numbers and bits and pieces there.
Oh yeah, I need to join the server.
Oh, yes. Can you invite, or is that for me?
It should be green.
Yay! I've got
This is a sweet-looking board.
a fuzz monster, a grey, a rugosa. No sign of Chaka.
Are we live yet? We're not live yet, are we?
Oh, we're live.
Oh wait, is this streaming? Like now?
Sort of.
Oh, God. I'm coming in now,
everyone.
connecting. I need to get Adrian onto this. So how do I invite? Because he doesn't have simulator, what I do.
Right. You should just be able to invite him and choose the what's name? The friend streamy share computer thing that popped up before. Hang on, let me check what it says on Steam. Do 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 do. Blah 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 blah. The store page will tell us.
Oh man, this setup is nice.
It really is. You can sell the work you put into it.
Wait until you
My
see.
name around it?
Oh yeah, the shared split screen thing. You'll have to share like mouse and stuff, but that shouldn't be much of a problem. Okay.
1 minute, I'm just gonna explain that.
Do 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 do. I can't
Oh,
get
yeah,
the
I
order.
didn't take any weapons. Never mind.
Weapons. La dee da.
Hey, no, I chose pilot. I could have started with
Mm-hmm.
one handgun.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I was just relaying everything. Adrian should be in the chat shortly. Okay, so talk me through inviting him like in 5.
Is there not a little plus sign under all our names at the top right?
Oh yeah, there is. Okay, never mind. I think I can work it out from here.
If you've
Sorry.
got his Steam name, then you should be able to share the... Do-do-do-do. I take it you've all been working on characters before this.
Yes.
Or have you?
Not, because
Oh.
I asked if I should be, and people were like, no, I think we're doing card gen at the session.
Cool,
I'm
cool.
like, oh,
No,
okay,
no,
cool.
I said I would do character generation and the like at the start. So, let me see. How much... let me know if this crashes the game for you.
That's encouraging.
I'm just going to
Check out our sweet setup.
put a...
Yeah,
no,
you can
that's
say
the
what
wrong
option there.
one. That's the one.
Cool, huh?
RPGs. Where is the RPGs folder?
Sorry?
Alien.
No, that's a different thing.
Right. Oh, hang on. No, I don't need to do that at all. Never mind. That block disappeared. Excellent. 1 second. I just need to get the link for you and add a component, which is a custom PDF. So, the entire rulebook should have just appeared on the table.
It's growing.
Aha, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can scale it however you like with the plus and minus keys,
Okay.
and grab it and drag it wherever you want.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, Sarky, can I ask for a ruling?
Sure. Also, the little white square in the top left of the PDF will pop it out to your screen so you can browse it more efficiently.
Handy.
I think only one person can look through it at a time.
I mean, I've got it open on my computer.
Right.
Yeah, same.
So I'll just leave this next to Gray's character sheet, I guess.
I thought that was mine.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Jim's is that one. Mine is just to the left of it.
Oh,
Can't
you're
remember my name.
going for red? Let me just...
I did not. I did
There
not
we
at the
go.
time realize how that was laid out. Thank
You're
you.
red now.
So I'm kind of just like hovering over the middle of the table. I can't seem to.
You've...
You can move with the WASD like it's this.
Oh yeah, WASD. Right-click to rotate. And hold down the middle mouse button to pan.
Okay, cool. That's better. So I just took blue, I guess.
Grand. I can see your avatar showing up. So does
Do
anyone
we-
besides James need to create the character?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we have definitely not a traitor yet?
Let me just
I mean,
clone that
company
PDF for you.
So some of the stuff isn't loading in like that?
It'll take a little while. The
Okay.
PDF is like 50 megabytes.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Just for
I think it
anyone
seems
who
quite high.
Yeah, just for anyone who hasn't used Tabletop Simulator much, the P key changes your perspective, and it is your friend.
Oh yeah, if you'd prefer to control it like a first-person shooter, just press P. Once.
Oh,
And it can also flip you into straight, just top-down view, which is great for editing your character.
Oh, that's nice. That's handy.
Also, if you press tab, it will place a little arrow of your color wherever the pointer is.
So what kind of roles are we going for? I'm leaning towards officer or company man, depending.
sorry. Okay, so I've tried to invite Adrian to the game, but because he doesn't have it, it's like brought him to the screen to buy it. So am I missing something?
That's weird. Do I have him down in my Steam list? What does he go by in Steam?
It's Audacious Titan, all one word.
I do not have him on the friends list. Let me invite
I'll just let him know.
someone else. How do I do this?
Actually, he's gonna be on Discord now anyway.
Ah,
So you can talk to it.
right. Well, if he's on Discord, can ye see at all? Or are you sharing a screen or?
We're not sharing the same. We're not looking at the same screen.
Right.
We're,
Bum.
computers and stuff.
Right, I'll be able to invite him in as an observer anyway, I think. Excuse me.
Okay, yeah, because then I can drive.
Bum. Let me see. Audacious Titan, you said. Bum.
I am loving this
There we
board.
are. What?
I am loving this board.
Oh, for God's sake, it's asking me for friend codes now? Is that what happens with Steam these days?
It's been so long since I added anyone. I have
Yeah,
no
I haven't
idea.
had a Steam friend since Paula.
I think Adrian was the first person I've added since like the early 2010s.
Right. Let me see.
I presume it's sending it to the Steam app or something.
Yeah.
Authenticator kind of thing.
It's weird. Excuse me. Oh, hang on. There we go. Right. There he is. I've sent him a link to click to just do a friend thing, because TTS will only let me invite friends.
Okay.
It should be in his private inbox.
It's making him log in on the browser to.
Oh,
for some reason, so
Christ.
He'll be along in a moment.
Getting there.
I heard him go, so there's that at
Okay.
least.
Sounds promising.
Let me get the tabletop set up anyway. Some things will probably have to load in for you, so please stand by.
So I know we have a pilot. What else are we looking at?
I was interested in medical.
Cool.
Good.
I was thinking Colonial Marine.
Fantastic. Let's see. Oh, lordy. The puppies are up.
Oh. Wait, puppies? Plural? How many are there?
Oh, my brother's dog is up because his kids are visiting.
Oh, that's less exciting.
So Adrian's in the voice chat, but his mic is not being picked up, so he's trying to figure out what is wrong with Discord today.
Today.
So hopefully
Roland,
soon.
Roland,
Yes.
we're getting echo from you. You're reverberating.
Echo.
Yeah.
Probably Adrian's mic.
Mm.
But if Adrian's mic is live, then you should be able to hear him talking.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, that's the thing. It sounds like
Oh, he's very. I think I can hear very faint talking.
He's not saying anything.
I can hear someone breathing.
Adrian, can you say words?
Alright. I am going to have to duck out quickly while I make sure the puppy hasn't piddled all over the house.
Sure thing.
I'll leave you to chat amongst yourselves. I will leave things as they are and get back to you very quickly. See you in a bit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my god. The terror of rolling 8 dice and only getting 1 success. What the shit?
Who is breathing? Is that Owen?
I mean, I assume we're all breathing.
Yeah, but who's like sex breathing into the microphone?
I don't think it's me, but I don't know.
It's
Maybe.
probably not me, seeing
Like
as...
you do get me all worked up, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
James, are you still with us?
Well, it's your
Yeah, I'm still here.
avatar that's highlighted, so I suspect that it's.
Maybe it's me. My sensitivity's probably too high. How about now?
No, you're fine, James.
It does seem to have stopped.
Ah, they realized we were onto them.
This is gone.
Oh, this is going good places. All right. So, chaps, quick round. Who has an idea of characters?
Yeah, medical officer is
Awesome.
what I've got. I'm not a robot.
Okay. What is your dark past and/or deep personal weakness?
Oh, I don't know. I'll figure that out as I go.
Good call.
Yeah, pretty much same.
Mm-hmm.
I get to have a cat. Officially best game.
I will veto any attempt to call the cat Jones.
Fair. His name is Chairman Meow.
Attributes.
Attributes is 14 distributed amongst the 4. Lowest attribute can be 2, and everything else is capped at 4, except your class attribute, which goes up to 5 if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna. See your purple hand. It's weird.
Who, me?
Yeah, I can like see your pointer.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just kind of rotating around the table.
So, I've obviously never used Tabletop Simulator before in my whole life. Is there
Neither.
anything I should know?
Sarky would probably be the man to talk to about that.
There. It is pretty nifty looking.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Wait.
hey. It works.
Hey. Nice.
We can hear each other.
It was Windows all along.
What a twist.
You should have seen that coming. So, are you into this yet, or are you still just because we got the voice or we got the audio but not the video?
I clicked the link and like nothing happened, so I'm gonna try it again.
Okay. Well, Kieran's checking the puppy, so he's gonna, I think, add you on Steam. Have you accepted that now?
Yeah, I clicked it again. It just brings me to okay. That's weird. So yeah, I'm in his friends list now.
Okay.
All of the commotion gives me 2 minutes to look at the character, like well, the actual book, the guide. the code book.
Good news is the system is extremely straightforward.
It really is.
Good. I need to look out what kind. What are we playing so far?
And like we'll probably all die as well, so
Yeah, like there's a solid chance.
So far we have a medic, a pilot, a marine, and I'm playing the captain. Don't know if we're missing anything else.
Look at that giant spaceman. It's huge.
You know, I feel like we could conceivably benefit from the presence of an engineer.
I mean,
I don't know why I think a multi-ton spacefaring vessel between us and explosive decompression might need someone dedicated to its maintenance.
now make budget cuts.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all IoT these days. It does itself.
I was going to say, it's all right, lads. I bought a working Joe when we last left station.
I just want to say that this is the 70s Zero Stews future, and there is no IoT.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't understand. It's self-repairing robots
Robots built by robots.
that self-repair by other robots.
That's
In
not
bed with
fair.
a robot.
I have taken the banter talent to try and calm everyone down after the horrible shit.
Yeah, because that's nothing as calming as your banter.
Exactly. It'll all be fine.
Yeah. So, Rags, why is your character like doing security on a ship hauler instead of in the core?
I was thinking deserter.
Ooh.
Oh.
Shit. Okay.
Okay.
Like young Marine first tour,
Yep.
ran into some horrible alien shit,
Yep.
xenomorphs and such, and got the fuck out. Like right the fuck out. Is probably presumed dead. Because things went really badly for his unit. Something along those lines.
I see.
So,
Excellent.
signing up as a space trucker to keep the head down and just get the fuck out of that system.
Excellent.
Roughnecks are engineers.
I realized I was talking when I was muted. Okay, cool. So I can be realistically, I can be an agent, a kid, roughneck, or scientist.
Realistically, yeah.
Yep.
Kid is such a weird one. It's like, do you want to play?
Yeah.
Plenty of people probably want to play nude.
I don't know.
Where the fuck is manipulation on my sheet?
I mean, I'm taking a look.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I have no idea how many points I have to distribute. I'm just making a note of what my key skills are, sticking a point in them.
Just
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hello. So we've made some progress.
Hooray!
Adrian,
I get to drive the boat.
audible
Well,
now.
actually, I get to order Jim to drive the boat.
Good.
Greg gets- So we're getting there,
Right.
but we still can't get our boy in the game.
That is bizarre.
He's got your friend request now, though. We'll try that
Ah,
again.
there he is. Right, there's an invite.
Legitimately about to, like, do I have to just...
Oh shoot, that was the wrong one. It skipped. There we go. I need to send an apology.
Yes, whenever I click that link, it just brings me up to the Steam page.
That's bloody weird. Let me think. Let me think. What if I think broadcasting is on, so you should be able to just follow that.
I think he's just gonna buy it.
Ah,
Probably isn't enough. It's like a gigabyte as well.
Like he's just because it's basically just a sandbox physics engine, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Anything I've added is just clever scripting from various people around the Steam Workshop. Like this fantastic one world thing over here.
The middle happens thing, or
The whole thing is it's basically a stage. Any little picture tokens I put on this become the main table.
that is fairly actually.
And I can link them all together. So there's the entirety of the known universe in the alien setting. And just around this star here, which I'm pointing at, is where most of your adventures will be. Whether you embark on them or run away from them is not my call. Anyway, I suppose I had better turn the stream to actually broadcast things at this point. So, boop.
Now we're internet famous.
Maybe. Yes.
Remember, no one say fuck.
Oh, anyone can say fuck. It's
Hooray!
Twitch, for God's sake.
Yeah. It's not like YouTube.
No
it's
No
just
nipples,
standards.
though.
No nipples.
You mean I should put my shirt back on?
Yes.
Oh.
Not unless you're broadcasting it.
Oh, are we playing campaign or cinematic?
I'm hoping for campaign.
Cool.
It depends on how many of you can wrangle again in 2 weeks' time.
That
I'm
sounds
generally free.
Then again, there is a pretty consistent body count in Aliens, so a drop-in out thing would work pretty well as well.
Probably work, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I know Connor was looking to get into it, but he's got work right now.
So what
So-
I'm hearing is we're going to pick up a kid at some point.
You can't
Yeah,
just
sure.
assume that Connor's going to play the kid because of his entire personality.
Or
That's
can
probably like
he?
50% of the reason for my assumption.
What was the other 50%?
I can just see him choosing to do that because it would be amusing and appropriate. A
Uh,
little bit more emphasis on amusing.
The kid is actually a bloody brilliant class to play. You get to sort of escape attention,
Nice.
which is a fantastic thing to do when there's,
So much tension.
horrible, gribbly things going on.
Yeah, the main thing the kid class is really good at, as far as I can tell, is not dying.
That's probably for the best reason.
Until he grows up and becomes one of the other characters, in which case, oh god, his days are so numbered.
In the end, doesn't that happen to us all?
Yes!
Well, thanks, James.
On that cheerful note,
Here for you.
welcome viewers, if there are any, to my attempt
Oh,
to
make sure you tweet this.
run... Oh, I did. Hello, I'm going to try and run an RPG, and these guys here are going to try and stop me. I think that will do as my opening line for all of this shit.
Yeah, it's succinct, it's accurate.
Excellent. Right, the guys have just been creating characters, and we're probably nearly done because it's a fairly simple thing. Oh, you've gone...
Haven't
Oh.
started, because, yeah, but go on.
Right. No, I'm just zooming into Jim's character at the moment. Is that finished?
I believe so. Yeah.
Lance Klebrick. Nice.
Quick skills and attributes question. When it
Yes.
says they are rated from 1 to 5 and you can distribute up to 5 points, does that mean they would start at 0 otherwise?
They start at 0 otherwise, yeah.
And you have to have at least 2 in them.
In your attributes, anyway. And all your key skills have to have at least 1 point in them. Right. I heard a puppy whining, so I'm going to have to duck out again for a quick second. This won't keep happening. My brother is just out getting pizza at the moment. Hello, Dillog. She's come and found me.
Oh,
Hello.
Fantastic.
I'm afraid this is the one time I'm sad I don't have a webcam.
Oh.
Hello.
I'm sad too. I want to see her.
She's quite happy right now.
On a related note, I have a car and can go visit.
Yeah, I'm sure we can work something out.
Kieran.
Yes?
Put puppy videos on your Patreon.
Okay.
I'll get people in.
Excellent. Anyway, oh god, she just sat down and is staring at me.
You got a hand free. Apply pets.
Oh, now Eugene's here. I've only got one hand. Try and pet both of you with the one hand. Could get awkward. Eugene doesn't like sharing attention. Anyway, I think I was trying to say welcome to the stream. I got lost somewhere along the line. So welcome to the stream. Right, who's still working on characters?
I'm nearly done, but someone's using my rulebook.
I am.
Oh, let me just copy the rulebook.
Yeah, sorry, it's me.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I
it
do
is.
it again.
Here's another rulebook for you.
But we're playing online electronically, and it can still be the case of someone's using the.
Someone keeps poking the rule book.
That's Ferris fucking Militude right there.
The future.
This is the most like playing at a tabletop. Truly, the tabletop is simulated. So, mobility, observation, and medical aid.
Yes, we did the house rule thing where the errata are ignored and the pilot actually gets piloting as a key skill.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is that like
so-
errata out or in?
It was in the errata somewhere, I forget where. I didn't get a chance to look at it.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. I did a playtest of the game in the real world with the Hadley's Hope thing at the back of the book, and that was the first thing anyone saw was, why does my pilot not have piloting? It's Mask of Winters all over again. Oh, the
Read
puppy
yourself
is
to me.
destroying one of my shoes.
Bless.
Oh.
Does she have sharp little puppy teeth?
Yes, they are needles. And I've just realised I left some painkillers on the ground. Excuse me while I get them out of the way. You do not want to be eating my meds, puppy. That is the bad place. Right. Will I kick you up? You can stream with me. Nope. He's following Eugene. Grant, I'm alone again. So, who is finished and not, and what's going on?
So I'm kind of starting-ish, sort of.
Yep.
I'm downloading Tabletop Simulator now, so it's almost done.
Good, good.
As soon as it's done, I'll just sort of fire through.
Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to be the roughneck, just for anyone else.
Roughneck. Excellent.
Nice.
I am not allowing anyone to be an android, so
I'm definitely not an android.
you've all seen each other bleed, and it's red.
I could be a Cylon, but I'm definitely not an android.
I hope you're not a Cylon.
Who knows?
I spent a whole lot of work on Wayland Yutani and Seegson here. So, let's see. Hello, Delog. Just lying down staring at me. Oh.
Oh, does she have a basket?
Not in my room, no.
It's not clear here how many talents you get. I assume just one.
Just one, yeah. You pick from the 3 career-based talents.
Career talent.
I would recommend you take
It's
the
not
one...
actually stated anywhere.
Yeah, the errata came out fairly quickly. I would recommend the talent that lets you push a roll of your key ability.
What
Already
are our talents on again?
They
Are...
74.
just...
Yep.
Yes. Never mind. You'll have to forgive the manic dog action in the background. I think my brother is just back with the pizza.
Honestly, I could do with some more manic dog action.
I know. The next thing I
No, I
stream
can
will
do some-
probably be the dog.
That sounded like sexual and weird. That wasn't intended that way.
You
I just
just
wanted
had a honeymoon, dude.
to- Yeah, my sister came and hung out with us a lot. It was annoying.
Sexy. Wait, no, the other one.
Andrew's
No.
staying at Paula's parents' place, so like.
Yeah, there was that too. There was more family than I expected.
Jim.
You know, we thought we were going to be briefly hanging out with my sister, and then it turns out she had booked a bunch of time off to spend more time with us.
Fun.
And I'm just there like, so you've already booked this, you say?
Fantastic. Anyway,
Where's the character creation stuff? I'm just looking. I can see the developing your character, but like, where do I
Coding the
actually
book.
assign stuff?
copy. I'm going to make a new copy of the book, just in case.
Click the little white
Page number
square
in
in
the
the corner
actual
and pops
book
it out.
is 75. No, wait, that's too far.
Look. Still here.
So let me see. Adrian is on the round table.
He's not in yet, but he will be.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the last
Can you
place.
send me another invite link now that I have this? I believe. working?
I believe we're friends now, so where is Audacious Titan? There you are.
Is there
Invite sent.
Mechanical
Uh-huh.
systems behind Buddy and Rival, or is it just for roleplay?
There's no
No,
mechanical system, no.
Okay.
Really? No, I was sure there was a little one.
I think in cinematic play it's more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can change your buddy and rival after every session in a campaign play. It's not a big deal.
Cool.
Oh, can someone message me in the Discord the server password?
I thought. Where are you now? There you are, Titan. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Real combat hours in here.
What can I say?
The music is far too cheery when you like turn this on.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
Oh, that reminds me.
What is happening?
I should probably set the mood. And also grab my pizza and close the door.
Ooh, this is fancy.
Oh, we have an Audacious Titan.
Yes, I'm
Dun,
going to
dun, dun.
change his color to I think it's orange or yellow. Yeah, you're going to be orange now. So
I can't. Where am I on the board? Oh, there I am. Yeah, orange is fine.
where all these arrows are showing up
So
is
that just seems
your
really
area.
insensitive in Adrian's background, is all I'm saying.
so
Huh? What? Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it now.
I'm going to have to duck out for a
I could
while.
be- I
So
could be
apologies.
confusing.
No worries.
I'll set some mood music while I'm gone.
Okay, so I've got some stress.
You all have 0 stress, by the way.
Like 2 health points. I
You
have 2 health points, folks. It's looking grim.
have health points?
Yeah.
Your health-
You're starting a strength score.
Well, no. What was the page again? Sorry, I was like trying to fix everything else.
Page for the starter card gen. It's
25.
Sorry, there was like 3 people there.
25.
25.
Oh damn, is that some sleep research facility? Nice.
I think I've got everything. I've got my name,
Just a second, chaps.
job,
Mm-hmm.
the appearance.
Can I fill a character sheet in like inside the? Oh, okay, cool.
You absolutely can. That's what I'm doing. I've also got a copy of the book that I'm accessing in it, which is very, very cool.
Okay. I'm gonna. Where do I go for this? Is it nope. Where's-
I have 4 health.
The book is
I have the tank.
the. Oh, you can see it there beside your character sheet. If you click the little white thing in the corner, it pops it out for convenient reading.
Oh. Well, that's much easier.
I'm so confused. Where do I go to like do my character sheet?
On the table. There's literally a character sheet object on the table in front of you. You can just do it then.
I took something away from, I think, in front of Gray that was on the table. It might have been a rule book.
So you can move the faucet and rotate by holding on the right mouse button.
Right, later.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Okay. I was like right over the board. I couldn't even see where I was supposed to be. Oh.
I forgot to mute. Great.
We heard everything.
Okay, I'm back.
Where did I write down my agenda?
Top left.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is there some sleep research facility, Serki?
Sorry? No,
Music.
that's from Tabletop Audio. And it's called Nostromo.
Nice.
In which case, I think it might still be, because it sounds like it to me. I have an album called Nostromo by Sleep Research Facility, which I'm sure I've recommended to you for this purpose.
Cool.
Each track is a different deck number.
Nice.
Isn't that music actually from the Alien soundtrack?
No,
It does sound a lot like it, but I imagine so does the album that Barry's talking about.
they do a lot of collaborations with people like Atrium Carcry.
Yeah, it's much easier to do the character creation when I'm not just flipping through the pages on the physical object on the screen. I'm nearly done. I've got my agenda. I've got my stuff. I need to get a signature item in here and I'm good to go. I'll need to probably work out Bunny Rival after the session, I guess.
That seems like a smart way to do it.
I'm just
So-
doing the intro stuff.
There is one question I have to ask you all. And that is, what would you like your ship to be named?
The Penny Dreadful.
No, it's gotta be like some Mad Creek thing or other.
Ah, yeah, good point.
The Sisyphus?
Good choice.
Yeah.
The Orcus.
I suppose Echidna would be too on the nose.
I mean,
Likewise, Nyx.
Echidna would be too on the nose, but also,
I mean, you know.
or Charybdis. Was that the whirlpool or the monster? I can't remember.
That was
Charybdis was a monster.
The whirlpool was Scylla.
So what are we calling it?
Good shifting.
Just call it a boner fart. I don't even care anymore.
Let's call it something really edgy, and then we'll fit in with everyone else that are playing Unimeter.
I think the Scylla is cool.
Yeah, I vote for the Scylla.
Scylla?
Yes.
Are we space colonizers?
Space Truckers.
We're truckers.
Oh. I was gonna say we could be the Manifest Destiny, but if we're not colonizing
No.
Oh, Lord, no.
Not on my damn ship.
No. No.
Oh,
I will remind you that we are broadcasting live now.
my edge sword name did
Although-
not take.
Please
Well,
don't fix
it
that.
sounded like you said, I would like to be spaced immediately, Captain.
I guess I gotta go back to playing 5th Ed now.
Sounds
Look.
suspiciously like someone's an enemy of the revolution.
Lads, if it were a... This is a cargo ship, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Manifesto Destiny.
No.
Oh my god. That's a
But
Brexit ship.
also funny.
What did I just? Everyone's getting space. Oh
That's a Brexit ship right there.
my god.
Do you just want me to spawn infinite xenomorphs?
Please.
Do you think you're not going to do that at some point anyway?
I welcome the sweet embrace of.
The lippy smacky sounds are me eating pizza because I didn't get to eat much today.
I'm into it.
Looking after the dog is busy stuff.
I have a choice between a compression suit for EVA or a motion tracker. What a weird choice to have to make.
I know, right?
I've decided that my signature item is a do not resuscitate bangle.
Mine's a human skull fragment.
Why, hello? Never mind. Let me not think that.
Smart.
No, really not.
Hey, you know, it would be extremely money if the gear tab in character creation hyperlinked to the entries for those gear items.
That would be extremely money, but
That would
Well-
make my iron become the big iron.
The PDF I uploaded does that, but not in
It
Tabletop.
doesn't do it once it's in the system. Which, fair enough, that's a lot of shit to layer.
Similarly, the music player is not as featureful as I would like. I've got my playlist up, but I can only have one playlist at a time. So I'm just putting songs on loop until it's time to go to a different kind of song. How do you what?
oh, actually, I think I might have finished. I might have figured it out.
Well, I have a question then. If you're giving up your question, stop.
Sure.
How do I determine attributes? I'm just going through this.
Oh, so
Kind of mention stuff.
you have 14 points to distribute between them, and they start at 0. The maximum is 5, and they all need to have at least 1 point in them.
Oh, okay, so I just put them through. Okay, because it's cinematic. Okay, so it's no less than 2, no more than 5 or 4.
No more than 5 max, but you can only put 4 into everything except your key skill. Or your
So
key
I-
attribute, rather.
Determine a key attribute.
Key attribute's
your
tied to your
class?
career, so I think for Roughneck, that's probably going to be strength. Or
It's going to be strength or stamina.
Yeah, it's strength. So you can raise your strength to 5, but everything else would cap at 4.
Let me tell you, strength 5 is pretty money.
I am definitely strength 5 because my character, it just works for him. My wits will not be very high, I'm afraid.
Especially when you pair it with the talent that lets you essentially use your strength as armor. And you just get a natural soak.
So guys, I decided I would do us all a big favour that will definitely not result in any confusion or harm. And I think the ship's cat Boo Radley.
Nice.
What could possibly go wrong if anyone is shouting boo at any stage?
Works for me.
James,
Yes.
not,
Nom, nom,
not
nom.
to like nitpick or anything, but what are the binoculars for?
Jim, I don't
What
know
the
if it's
fuck
just
do you
me,
think
but-
binoculars are for? What the hell is wrong with you, Jim?
Jimmy, is it just me or is Jim really quiet?
He is a bit quieter than the rest of us.
Yeah, we had this problem earlier. You're going to have to shout a bit, Jim.
All right then. Yes.
Yeah, now that came out just about the same level as everyone else.
Interesting. Well, that's gonna make me real popular with the neighbors.
I think
Just
I'm
crank up the mic sensitivity a little.
on.
It's
Possibly.
crank.
Here, I'm trying to scan an eye over the sheet.
Nom, nom, nom.
I put you up to 200% in Discord, so that should help.
Ah, okay. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
We'll all hear you
I
better, fuck the viewers.
Didn't realise
You hear
I
that,
could do
viewers?
that.
I'm
Yeah.
helping.
Let me just change my...
Such a lovely board.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
If it weren't for the night I had, I swear to God I'd be about ready to start taking a shot every time someone compliments the board. Not that they're wrong.
How was the night you had?
Fun, but I overdid it a little.
I seem to be the
Not
only
necessarily
person
about-
who didn't overdo it.
I haven't heard a thing from Connor, so I'm assuming you killed him.
No, Connor's fine.
They nearly killed Joe by all accounts. He was walking towards Salt Hill. And
Jesus Christ, Joe got trashed.
Joe cannot be killed by conventional means, though.
Well, Joe certainly can't be killed by conventional alcohol. I'll tell you that.
You gotta get into the really unconventional stuff to kill Joe.
Gotta have like a fucking scorpion in it.
Darren was also a bit sloppy by the end of the night. I somehow stayed out till 3 in spite of my jet lag.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the rushing at all.
So was I. I'm still not sure how I wound up there, especially because I only had like 5 drinks. I wasn't even drunk. I think I just got peer pressure.
So, to everyone on board the Scylla, what exactly are we carrying?
Oh, there's an interesting question.
Do we know what we're carrying?
I have an answer for you as soon as I finish this last crust of pizza.
I was going to say, just thinking back to Nostromo dragging its own refinery, I was like, clearly we're dragging uranium's.
Close,
Oh boy.
but about 10,000% creepier. The title of this episode is The Gang Takes a Seegson Contract.
Oh no.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Are we pulling an android manufacturing rig?
Oh no, it's a space station. The androids have already been manufactured.
Wait, we're towing a space station.
A little one, yes. If the Nostromo could haul a refinery carrying 20 million tons of unrefined ore, then you can carry a small space station with a complement of androids.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
There is nothing complimentary about androids.
Next time I'm getting a soundboard full of the Seegson droids. Wandering around, ask me about Seegson safety protocols.
I must replay Isolation for the next session.
Oh god, I tried to play a little bit more when I got my monitor upgrade, and I can't. It's literally too in your face.
It's just such a genuinely terrifying game.
Mm-hmm.
I admire its purity.
Oh god. Right, so how close to finished is everyone with their characters?
I'm good to go.
I feel good.
I'm almost there. I'm just getting to it now.
Very good. So I will walk you through a few quick features before I get into anything. I can blindfold all players at any time, like so,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I can remove them. The round tokens on each of your tables are your dice. When you need to roll, just click as many dice as you need, and they will magically appear and roll themselves.
That's pretty great.
Sorcery.
Absolute witchcraft.
Yes. Everyone's results are broadcast in the chat and on screen, except mine. When you need to roll, you will add your attribute and relevant skill and roll that many dice. You need at least one of them to come up 6, or a success. You only need 1 success to pass almost everything. Now, you also roll a number of stress dice equal to your current stress level. It starts at 0, so you're not rolling anything to begin with. Stress dice have successes just like normal dice, but they also have failures.
So I was just rolling for cash.
Yeah. Rolling, making a normal roll with stress dice actually increases your chances of success as the tension focuses your attention. But if any of the stress dice come up 1, or it'll be red, I suppose, in... Let me just show with Chaka's dice. Just roll a few of those, see what happens. There we go. Yeah, you got 2 came up red, stress. That means you have to roll on the panic table. You roll a d6. No, you roll a d66 and add your stress level. Results below 7 or 8, absolutely fine. Anything higher than that, you start losing your action and really freaking out.
Oh, great.
Yes, I have the GM screen in front of me here, or at least I will have in 30 seconds. And I will be able to tell you what happens when you panic. Now, if you don't like the results of your roll, you can push it and re-roll everything that didn't come up a success. But when you do that, you immediately take a point of stress, and that counts towards the stress dice you roll for the re-roll.
Aha. Well, that's nasty.
So, yeah. Be careful what you roll. Frivolous rolls are not the best idea. Nice risk-reward payout. Anyway, 1 second while I go grab the GM screen.
Sure thing.
Oh, he means the physical, actual GM screen.
I think so.
I'm a twat. Well, this was common knowledge. Oh, right then. Also, I have already been thwarted from drawing a dick on the table.
Your day will come.
So, who do we reckon has the most self-destructive agenda at the table?
Mine.
I mean,
possibly.
Statistically, yeah.
I mean, in the game or like in real life? Because I think it's still both you, Chuck.
well, yeah, like pick one. Choose your favorite, I guess.
Let's keep it friendly and say in-game.
I think they're basically the same thing, but yeah, probably still Chuck.
Gosh, my.
So stress is something. Does that just happens throughout the campaign?
Throughout the
Yeah.
session.
Cool.
It'll typically rise and occasionally drop, and then rise and occasionally drop.
As far as I can tell by reading it, and I haven't seen like rubber meet road on the system yet, but I suspect that death spirals are going to be a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like things are just going to get badly out of hand.
If you can get 5 minutes in a place that is probably safe, you can drop your stress by 1.
And I can, banter you better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're hanging out with someone who has the banter, then you drop your stress by 2.
Nice. When you're putting your health down sheet, do you just like tick up the amount that you have then?
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's what I did as well. It just looks slightly ominous with the little X's.
I think it's because I'm used to White Wolf systems where the X's denote damage.
Yeah, that's sort of why I was like, oh.
I'm mostly just keeping in mind that, yeah, that's how that one is. What I might do is, I know what I'll do. I'll fill in every box that, okay, there we go. I will fill in every box except my health.
Also a good way to do it.
I think the main thing is that you can track whether you're
Yeah.
dying or not.
So just flying through this. Has everyone done their personal agenda and buddies and rivals and all that stuff?
I haven't
Personal
done
agenda,
Buddy-
yes. Buddies, not yet.
Yeah, I haven't done Buddy Arrival because I don't know anything about the characters yet. I
Cool.
think it might be better to do it at the end of the session.
Alright.
Session 1.
Cool.
Unless you want to agree stuff now.
So do I then? I'm just trying to get through this as quick as I can. So, weapons, signature item, and gear probably is the last thing then.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
I just picked like from the list rather than go and look up what each thing is because I'm not too stressed about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're
I'm
looking,
glad
I
I
know you're
went
using
big.
the. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, I'm glad I went to pick because now I have a laser. Pew pew.
Because if you use the actual PDF rather than the one in Tabletop Simulator, I think it'll hyperlink some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I also have a physical copy, but.
So our starting game, it's determined by. Cause I think we're doing a cinematic scenario. Is that right?
No, we're doing
it's
campaign.
campaign.
Oh, campaign. That. Okay, cool.
Yeah, if we were doing cinematic, we could pre-gens probably.
Yeah.
Oh, something just loaded up. Did something. Oh, it's like custom.
Sorry, I found a flick button.
I see that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, guys,
Mm-hmm.
you may or may not have access to a command called flip table.
Mm-hmm.
Do
we should-
no, don't.
I was going to.
It will literally flip the table as if someone rage quit a game of poker.
And isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, I feel like.
Saki showed me how it works, and it literally looks as though someone put their hand under the table and screamed "fuck you" and hurls it over.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I imagine it's not easy to reset everything. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
I
The
don't
GM
know.
probably has access to a button of that sort. I've accidentally flicked my book off the table. I'm glad I didn't need it anymore.
Would you like to roleplay suspended in the endless void of space?
It's all I ever want.
Has anyone? Oh wow. Has anyone taken a weapon?
Yep.
Cool. Has anyone not taken a weapon?
I
Yeah,
have
me.
not got any weapons. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Not a fighter.
Because I'm a. Yeah, I don't think I can get a weapon.
I think you can get like a close combat weapon with roughneck.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're determined enough, a wrench is a weapon.
If it makes you feel any better, your weapons aren't going to make any difference.
None whatsoever.
That's what you think, but my high beam flashlight is going to do the business.
Then suddenly we were playing Alan Wake in space. Shared
Truly,
axiom.
what a fucking chilling thought that would be.
Mhm.
I mean, put it this way: I went for utility. Instead of taking a gun, I took the thing that allows me to remote control our spaceship.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, fair.
I had to take a gun.
Now then.
Yeah, I had a choice of a gun or a bigger gun.
You are a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
So, just in general, is everyone kind of up with character creation?
Yeah, I'm done.
So
think
I
so.
have got down. I think all I got it. So I've got no weapon, no armor. I've done talents, skills, attributes, and gear. So it's just signature item, I guess. And then I think that's me.
Signature items just whenever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm done in terms of mechanics.
Yeah. Cool.
No, it's just to give my character a ridiculous name.
Here we go. We've already got Mac Hendricks, it looks like, so,
What?
you know. I may have glanced at Jim's character sheet on the way by.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, sorry. Wow.
I don't know if I can ever beat Max Steel. It's my personal favorite name I've ever used.
Please don't try. Remember that was my character? That's not really the appropriate name, but hey.
It is important to remember there is a real, actual person whose name is Staff Sergeant Max Fightmaster.
But then, in the small town I went to school in Mayo, the local sergeant was literally called Gay Power, so his first name was Gabriel, and as you know...
Oh Christ, I've been muted all this time.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were coming back.
I am so sorry about that.
Wait, oh my god, have you been GMing a session at us? We haven't heard it?
Like, we've just been ignoring you.
In fairness, how is that different from real life?
Yeah, I was going to say, I know we're obnoxious, but I figured you would have noticed before now.
I'm really sorry about that. I forgot I was muted.
That's all right.
Anyway, to summarize, this area in the red circle, don't touch it. It's very important that you not touch it.
Not touching it.
Yeah, look, I'm not touching it.
It contains all sorts of clever Lewis scripting that I don't understand, and messing it up
What am I not touching?
would ruin everything.
Fair.
Also, this thing that I'm rotating above the board right now,
Yes,
I'm going to plop it back down,
yes.
and when combat starts, I would like you all to click on one of the health bars.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It will bring up your health.
Okay.
Let me just check. It's set at 10 right now. That's silly. But it doesn't matter right now. There might not even be combat.
Hey.
Probably.
If you need to look something up, there's a Google, or well, there's a tablet here. I'm just leaving it to one side. And anything else? Stop flicking the rule books about, for God's sake.
Okay.
Gonna clear those away from the table.
Oh,
They respawn just... Oh God.
I was just going to bring it back over to my, like, section.
What is wrong with you people?
Look,
I mean-
this
Where do we start?
shockingly,
Right.
it's harder than we actually built.
Unless you need them, rulebooks away.
Look, I personally put this down to Phoenophile policies in the 60s.
Yeah.
Fair.
Also, yes, very fair.
We've let touch it.
Excuse me.
Hey, why not?
So,
She's not going to stop you.
let's start with an introduction to your characters. We'll start with Jim and his Lance Klebrick, the pilot. I'll just zoom in on your character sheet.
Now, everybody, in the quite likely event of something going wrong, I encourage you to pop open the hatch overhead, attend to your own oxygen mask first, or those of any children traveling with you, unfortunately making up most of the crew. This is Lance
Mostly.
Klebrick. Pilot who used to be in the Corps, and who, honestly, he left the Corps in a real stand of idealism. He wouldn't be out here doing military bullshit and oppressing colony. They kicked him out for doing the fucker. But yeah, now he's working as a pilot, and it's basically the one thing he's good at, so he's a big fucking space trucker now.
There we go. Right, who's next? Red. I think that's grey. Yep, that is grey.
That's confusing.
Wow, that's a great name.
Thank you. So yes, I'm playing Captain Hercule Wiseman. I am captain of the boat. I am a former what's the term? Colonial marshal.
Yep. Oh my.
Who managed to lose all of his deputies in a attempted coup by a crew visiting the colony. So they showed up looking like Marines and behaving like Marines, and then promptly attempted to take the colonial command hostage and rob everyone for what they were worth. And I lost my crew in the process.
I can see how you could confuse them for colonial marines, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Ho ho!
Woo-hoo. Anyway, having been somewhat ostracized for that failure and association with the tragedy, I have taken to the expenses of space to feel sorry for myself and continue living in a horrible, broken half-life, making the crew my surrogate family, who I will father relentlessly.
Oh god.
Oh, that's dark. Fun note, the pistol you've chosen started out life as a cutting torch,
It did.
which was repurposed by rebels in the Tientsin campaign, which is basically where the United Americas decided, you know what, we are going to murder every single one of you just to show that we mean business as a colonial power.
Mm-hmm.
And so they did.
And then Weyland-Yutani started selling the weapon that they had repurposed, neatly demonstrating the way in which capitalism will recuperate the tools of resistance and sell them back to you.
Who's next? Adrian.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
So my character. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep. Let me just turn the music down a little more.
Good thing.
So my character is Jericho Cutter, and he is a roughneck. Jericho is suspiciously well kept for a roughneck. He has a positive can-do attitude. He's built like a tank. He's got muscles everywhere. So he's super optimistic. He's not particularly smart, but he can fight very well. No one really knows much about him. Some people find him a bit creepy because he's so mysterious. There are many rumors about Jericho. He's been rumored that he has drifted from tugboat to tugboat, carrying out menial tasks, while some people think that he could definitely do more. He seems content fixing things. There are also stories that he has spent time on a prison ship where he was actually the best fighter in an underground illegal fight ring. So that's Jericho.
How many
Nice.
rumors did Jericho start himself?
Well, there's a rumor that Jericho started all of them, and there's a rumor that he has started none of them. Who knows?
I heard Jericho once won a fist fight with someone in a power loader.
I once saw him kill 3 guys in a bar with a pencil.
There is some credence, some people feel, to Jericho having at least been caught up in fighting somewhere, because apart from the one blemish in his almost perfectly well kept physique, is he has a scar very generically down his eye that starts at the top of his eye and ends under the bottom of his eye on the right hand side.
Jesus.
And when anyone tries to engage him in a conversation around the scar, he expertly moves them on to another subject, and it's the only thing he can do in terms of manipulation.
Fantastic. Okay, and Owen, I love your personal agenda.
Thank you. I read a lot of Black Library books while I was on holiday. So I'm playing Mac Hendricks, the Colonial Marine. Well, former Colonial Marine. He's quite young, probably early 20s. His first, you know how it goes. Farm boy recruited into the, well, recruit is strong. Conscripted might be more accurate. Conscripted into the Corps. Things went horribly wrong about halfway through his first tour. You know how it goes in this setting. Horrible alien beastie explodes out of nowhere, kills the entire squad. Mac was left as the only survivor, mostly because he very bravely ran the fuck away. Promptly deserted, and has been, for the last maybe 2 years, has been bouncing between different tugboat crews, keeping his head down and trying to avoid notice.
Right.
That's all
Um,
I've got.
I'll just say that
Very twitchy and has like 3 copies of that Space Dragon book.
nah. Yeah, those are purely rumors for the rest of you. You've heard that there are monsters out here, and there are some really weird planets with giant tardigrades and like 4-legged scorpions the size of minivans. But you've never heard of, well, you've never seen one of the things that Owen would have been talking about. And
I
lastly,
heard that once Jericho Cutter fought a xenomorph in a fight ring.
What does anyone?
Exactly. No one knows.
amazing. Turns out they're not real at all. Jericho just made them all up. It was
He said
he
this
that
one.
nuked the site for Morbid.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, that's the only way to be sure.
Lastly, we have Chaka Ronan.
Hello. So Robin Jones is the young medical officer of the Skillet. It's his first post out of medical school. He's friendly and pleasant and calm, but he always looks kind of ill. He's very pale. He's kind of fidgety. He's very good at his job, but just always seems like there's something on his mind.
I heard a rumor that Jones is a badly adjusted sin.
Jim, you're going to have to speak up a little more. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Or
It's
get
probably
just
the best that that got lost.
ingest the mic.
It's right down there.
It's the only way to be sure.
The trick is to relax the throat.
Well, I hear that if you grip your thumb just so, the gag reflex goes away.
I believe you.
Sounds like acupuncture or something to me, but whatever.
Right. So those are the characters. You've fallen in together as a fairly reliable crew. You don't have to necessarily like each other, but you can count on each other to get the job done when it needs doing. And you've been working away on the commercial freighter Scylla
Skilla.
for a couple years now. Which is this delightful ship, not unlike the Nostromo. It's got more up-to-date engines because the campaign setting is 2183, which is like 6 months, 12 months after Fury, what's his name?
161.
Yeah, Fury 161 got visited by Mr. Bishop and may have been erased. There's a big Cold War going on between the United Americas and the Union of Progressive Peoples, the Deep Blue and the Red,
Space communists.
basically. The colony on LV-426 mysteriously blew up, nuclear explosion. There are rumors flying around that the United Americas did it, or the UPP did it, or Weyland-Yutani themselves did it, or whatever. So things are pretty tense between the Space Russians and the Space Americans. And the poor Three World Empire has some very lucrative contracts with Weyland-Yutani, who are smack bang in the middle of it as well. So they're worried about getting dragged into war. Anyway, you don't have to worry about that too much, because the main area of the game is going to take place around here. in this little red circle. You see that tiny dot here underneath the word sector?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're headed. In fact, you've been heading there the last 6 months. No, that's too long. 3 months. 3 months. That is a star system called Suehiro G-48.
Let's see what you fucking did there.
I thought someone might. Yeah. Oh, sorry. G-84. My mistake. And it looks a little something like this when you've all loaded in.
Ah,
I lose audio whenever new stuff is loading in.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
You're all coming.
Yeah, mine's taking ages to load in for some reason.
Yeah, you've been stuck at 48 for quite some time, even before I did this.
Yeah, I might just go to the menu and reload.
Yeah, do that. So, I've helpfully put in some bits and pieces. If you mouse over the main star, Suehiro G-84 itself, it's a rather large blue-white star. So, a few times bigger than Earth's sun. Oh dear, I lost a bit of information in the kerfuffle I had just before going live. But it's about 4.9 solar masses. Very large, very hot. Quite unlikely to have much in the way of planets.
but it does have at least one.
Yes, Weyland-Yutani surveys discovered G-84.1, affectionately known to the locals as slag pile. It's an extremely mineral-rich world. It's mostly a molten sea of lava, but where the crust on the surface has actually formed, you can get anything less dense than, what was it? Calcium, I think, in elemental form near the surface. A very large metal core, very little in the way of rocky minerals to get in the way. So mining is incredibly efficient.
And extremely dangerous.
And extremely dangerous. There's a population of about 3,400 workers. 100 of those are heavy-duty industrial synthetics. They still count as people, but you wouldn't invite one to your wedding.
Are they working Joes or are they more sophisticated?
Oh no. They're not even close to Uncanny Valley. They're mostly sentient machines, basically. Like power loaders with a face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
So, as you can imagine, there's a big demand for water, cooling compounds, and heat shielding on this planet. I actually have a picture of the surface, which I totally did not steal from StarCraft.
Original content, do not steal.
Mm-hmm. So, that's your typical outpost on Slagpile.
I'm assuming that atmosphere is not breathable.
Atmosphere.
No. It's several times Earth's atmosphere, and it contains rather a lot of gaseous metals.
I was going to say, it's entirely breathable for the 0.5 seconds it takes your lungs to cook.
Pretty much, yeah. The average surface temperature there goes from about 200 to 700 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, you don't want to be outside. The colonies are all heavily heat shielded, and the synthetics generally take charge of any outside work that needs doing. Excuse me. you'll have... General layout is command center up top, worker living quarters here. What the hell? Right, there was a bit of lag there, so the circles didn't draw very well. And if they're feeling frivolous, there'll be, you know, more commercial stuff here. There's only one colony on Slagpile that is open to non-Weyland-Yutani, I guess, employees. And this is it, the one you're looking at. Call it Colony 5.
I'm sure the locals have a more colourful name we'll learn at some point.
Indeed. If you want to go anywhere else on that planet, you have to go through Weyland-Yutani representatives. But anyway, back to Suehiro and the reason for you being around. I'm going to have to rebuild that. One sec. Okay. For quite some time, until the start of the 22nd century, that was the only planet believed to be in orbit of the star. But about 30-40 years ago, a Seegson survey found this gigantic... I didn't update the text for this. Water giant, much like Neptune or Uranus. Her.
So, full of hydrogen and water, yeah?
Full of hydrogen and water, yes. And they immediately set about claiming it for themselves and have earmarked it for development. And... balls, where did it go?
You have a milkshake.
I had a token here that has disappeared. I'm just going to have to load it in again, excuse me. There is also a moon orbiting G84.2. There we are. Locally known as Helkin. Let me spawn in the token for Helkin's moon. That should not have disappeared, but there we are.
Appears to be in a...
Balls. I forgot to make that. That's the wrong kind of token. Hang on.
Sorry.
Components. It is my niece.
Oh, okay.
Tile? Yeah, tile. That's the one I wanted.
Way less cute.
Now, Helkin's moon. Around here. Let's call it and lock that in place. Which is a rocky ice body. Completely unexpected find, both of these. And Seegson has managed to get exclusive rights to both, and has not spared any time in trying to get the place developed, which is where ye come in. It's time for a space station to be placed in orbit around Helkin, or possibly Helkin's moon. And that is what ye won a contract to tow into this system. I'll just move it onto the table here. It's one of Seegson's smaller stations, like 10,000 tons or something like that, uninhabited and unequipped. And that's mainly what's stuck behind your ship right now. But you don't know that because you just after waking up from hypersleep, and you've gone boom, into the system. Here you are. Hooray! Maybe I'll just make a little ship token for you while I'm at it. Do. Bom, 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 bom. Wrong menu. There we are. There we go. Fantastic. So, there's the Skilla.
Yay!
Shame you.
Someone just let
And this towing behind her.
Someone stole it.
Exactly. So you've woken up by the mother system on board. Or rehydrate yourselves, put on some clothes, checking everything is all right. All systems are fine. You made the jumps with no real problems. Bit dehydrated, but that's it. This is the first time any of you've been in the system. And it's quite surprising to see the star actually be blue-white. The dust clouds around it have always made it seem like a red dwarf to the naked eye. You wouldn't know otherwise unless you travelled here. Anyway, there is a Seegson rep who has been waiting patiently in an office on Slagpile, waiting to talk to you as soon as you enter the system, which would be now. Their name is Tony Costello, or Costello. And they gave you instructions to call them on a specific channel once you'd woken up.
Cool. Is that a Comtech roll or?
Yeah, that'll be a contact roll. You've still to get the lay of the land, as it were.
Yeah, cool. What's the roll again? 2d6 and add the mod.
No, it's add the attribute and skill. So
Okay.
Intelligence, or is it intellect?
Wits Comtech.
Yeah,
So
wits and
5
Comtech. Roll that many black dice. You all have 0 stress.
5 black dice. Okay.
How do you roll dice again? Sorry.
Just click on the little dice things next to your
Oh, he's fucked it.
I
Huh.
can't believe I've done this.
I guess you're gonna have to push that.
It
roll.
would appear. You can push the roll if you like. Take a point of stress, then roll 5 dice plus a stress die.
Yeah,
Or-
I kind of need this.
I can narrate the failure.
Yeah, go ahead.
It would seem that in the FTL transit, the communications dish of the ship has been knocked out of alignment. The easiest way to realign it would be to spacewalk outside and physically shift it yourselves.
Not it.
Well, that's man. Oh jeez. Oh boy. I guess that's
All right, Cutter,
not
you
my
and me.
problem.
Sure would hate to be an engineer right now.
Did somebody say an engineer?
Yeah, Cutter, let's suit up and take care of it.
Very good. Let
Don't
me
burn my
see.
fucking ship down while I'm outside, Hendrix.
No promises.
I'm sure Hendrix would never do that.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on you, boss. Don't worry.
Just gonna light my cigar.
Very good. In fact, let me just go back to the big blow-up map of the Skilla. Much better.
Yeah.
I'll
While I'm doing that, I'm gonna pop onto the comm and go. I heard a rumor. Jericho first picked up his tone Z in the 0G directory.
Would you stop doing that?
I don't think he's denying it.
Time.
So,
Model.
oh yes, I haven't been able to find any decent 3D models yet for aliens, but this bag here contains these little 2D standy-uppy things of all the personalities, all the characters from the book. So just pick a token yourselves. Right-click and search. Oh, wait a second. It's a
Where does
bag
it
inside a
take
bag.
that? Okay.
So, sorry, it's a bag inside a bag. The green bag. The green bag. Never mind. Can you search it?
Like, it's
I don't have the option to do that.
Oh,
No,
right.
I don't.
Well, I don't think anyone wants to be facehugger. So I'm just going to place them all out on the map.
Just bag him again when we're done.
And pick whichever one you want. There should be a bag next to your character sheet for your own personal token. Pop them in once you're finished. There are a lot of faces.
Mm-hmm.
One more. There we go.
Who wants Pierce Brosnan?
I'm really hoping to channel Tom Hardy circa that Prohibition movie with this character. So something looks like that.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
No, not that one. I guess this will do. I can't zoom in enough to see the damn things anyway.
Oh, and it still says you're loading.
Yeah, apparently I'm still at 91%.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like the lag isn't even that bad. It was really bad earlier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
like
guess that's fair.
averaging 100 milliseconds for, well, 200 maybe. Maybe it's the particle effects I had for the solar system.
Where do I put my icon again? Sorry.
Just leave it on your desk for now. There should be a wee bag there that says your token. It's on the far left. Just everyone tidy it away when they're done.
Uh-huh.
So I take it on that you haven't been able to see any of these characters.
Well, I can see them.
Oh, good, good. Have you picked one?
Yeah. See, I think it's the decorations or what hasn't loaded in.
Ah, right.
It's like I can't
well,
see
that's
the
manageable.
face huggers and eggs and stuff we had lying around before. But all
If
the
it's,
other
if it's
assets I
taking a
think I
while
have.
to load in, maybe reducing the quality that your graphics card's pulling in might help.
I already tried.
Right.
Oh.
Why is there a note card on the table? Has someone been?
Sorry, I
Oh,
accidentally pulled
right.
it out while doing something
Yes,
else.
that's fine. Just
Oh,
mouse
wait,
over
no, I
it
don't actually
and
know
hold
how that
delete,
works.
and it'll go. Unless you're already clicked in it to type. Anyway,
No, it's not mine, so I can't get rid of it. I just threw mine off the table into the void.
oh, that's why it showed up here then.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't even know you could take those out. I just kind of I just click on notes at the top.
Has everyone picked a character?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I think so.
None left on the table? You're all happy with your character avatar, for want of a better word?
yeah.
Oh,
I
does
can't
mine
see it
show
clearly.
up?
Because the rest are going now.
Back in the bag, you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing mine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hurling it off into the void just makes it respawn on the table.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not helpful.
There we go. Now, excuse me. Yeah, there is a little notebook up top menu where you can write in the one according to your color.
Oh, cool.
So, oh, yeah, I did have notes taken about Suihiro G84. Do-do-do-do-do. Yes. Helkins, where did it go? Did someone just fucking...
What?
It disappeared on me for some reason. Anyway, Helkins' moon is a rocky ice moon, orbiting a Jupiter-sized water giant. Temperatures, if you're lucky, in summer will reach -30, which is quite impressive given the distance away it is from the star. There's talk of all sorts of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere alongside methane to maintain the temperature as high as it is. So it's actually slightly more habitable than Slagpile. It's just that it doesn't really have any resources of note. So, anyway, we were going outside with James and Adrian, I believe, to do a spacewalk and realign the radar dish, which is here, just above the bridge. I am going to need, let's see, I think it would be a wits and survival roll to not completely wig out in the hard, cold vacuum of space.
Okay, so I just clicked on this brown bag, is it?
Yeah?
Okay. I just
Or
clicked once.
click and drag, and you'll take your token out like that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's an
And then
infinite
roll-
bag. That bag now contains an infinite number of Davis, or whatever his name is.
I'll stop taking them out.
Yeah,
So,
if you
how do I
could.
roll a dice? Sorry. I never picked up one.
This black yolk here, just click on it for as many dice as you need.
Oh, okay, cool.
So with you is wits 2 and survival 1, so 3 dice. Click 3 times.
Yeah, so there's one.
Oh, they disappear. Just click all 3 in one go.
Oh. Ah.
Yay, you get a success. What about you, James?
I did not get a success.
Oh
All
no.
of mine were red.
Right, you're going to have to take a point of stress, I'm afraid. Being out in a vacuum is not for you. Nor is the weird feeling that everywhere is up, including the ground on which your feet are planted with magnetic seals.
Mostly keeping it together. I'm internalizing it, but yeah, no, they're profoundly vertiginous.
Yep. There's some hyperventilation going on in the comlink, but everyone is slowly ka-chunk-ing their way out to the radar dish, or communications dish, whatever it is. Radar wouldn't work in space. Never mind. So once you're there, I'm going to need the mechanic amongst you to make a wits and contact roll. No, a strength and contact roll. You need to physically wrench the dish. It's jammed. Little space rocks caught in the ball bearings. And
So I have 5 strength and 0 contact.
right, just roll strength and add 1 die because your captain is helping.
Okay, so I'll click twice.
5 times. 6 times.
Oh, 6 times. Okay, I'll do that now.
Your strength is like 5, isn't it?
Oh, so you get a dice per. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yikes. I got 1 success.
That's all you need.
Hooray.
Between the two of you managed to physically wrench the disc out of its jammed location, and yes, it's now able to move under its own power. Whoever's monitoring things back on the ship can see all the things line up and check out green and go click, 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 beep, boop, beep, as you do. So you can finally send that hello message.
Clever, can you raise that channel while I get back inside?
Absolutely. Just give me a sec. Yeah. So, Sarky, is that needing a roll?
Yes, wits and contact.
Okay. I got a success.
Hooray! It's a bit fuzzy, possibly because of the massive amount of dust clouds. But,
Excellent.
it
Well,
does come through. It's,
through the floor.
hello, there's like a light lag a light-based lag of a few seconds because of the sheer distance involved.
I have a large box for a Mr. Costello. Colin Costello, large box.
Ah, that's one way of putting a multi-billion-dollar space station that you're contracted to deliver. Yes, I suppose.
I assure you
It's
that
just
it
really
is
good
in
box.
absolutely tippy-top condition. We will be arriving in system within hours, and I will actually have my captain on the line just to provide the certification for that.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you have a more specific ETA? By any chance?
I'm going to step into the room at this point, if that's all right.
Yeah. Sarky, do I have an ETA for him?
Yeah, it'd take 3 hours to get into position, really, if you go at full speed.
We should be in position in 3 hours. Give or take about 10 minutes, 15 minutes either side.
All right. Word to the wise. Some of these clouds of dust in the system, I'm sure you've noticed them, carry some pretty heavy static charges. So you might want to either go around them or have a repair team on hand going through them. There could be some shorts.
Right. Well, thank you very much for the heads up, sir. I happen to think I look amazing in shorts.
Ahaha, very droll. So we will expect you soonish, I suppose. Please call us once you're in position, and then we shall discuss towing our delightful station into orbit.
Right you are, sir.
And once that's done, please come visit me on Slagpile, and we'll discuss the payment. That is Tony Costello signing off for now. And it goes dead static.
Fired. Now it's like time to talk about the share situation.
Say again, Ron. You broke up there for me.
I'd say it's now a good time to talk about the share situation.
Ah. Yes.
Cheers.
Like I said earlier, you won the contract to tow this station into orbit. It was quite a lucrative one. The way most ships work in this setting is they're prohibitively expensive for anyone to actually own, unless you are a corporation. So most corporations work on a lease agreement with crew. You're all like independent contractors with the option to buy the ship at a later date. And the lease...
Years, you could afford your own ship.
Yeah, something like that. What drove you to try and secure this contract was that the payment would be pretty much enough to purchase the rest of the ship outright from, let's say Hyperdyne has been leasing it to you. So you don't want to mess this one up.
Anytime I'm with another player character and they fail a check, I like to think it just spawns off another small story in the background of Jericho.
Very good.
That's like the meta universe I have in my head.
Yes.
Yeah, that probably gets pretty stressful, alright.
So, Captain, which way are you going to Helkin? Are you going to go through the clouds or try and get around them, or? It is the captain's decision.
Plot me a course with estimated times of going around either side or going through.
Why don't you just give me a second on that, sir?
Yeah,
It's
take time.
easy enough to do. Fair enough.
As you can see, Captain.
Yeah, sounds good. I don't see a reason to go through the clouds in that case. Could have sworn the suit said he wanted us at Slagpile first, but
Oh, my mistake. Yeah, whoops. Sorry. Let me
No, he said he wanted us to pull it to orbit and then go to
Yeah,
Slagpile.
actually.
then
Hold
come
on.
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Tow into
That
orbit, then
makes sense. Round
Slagpile.
trip.
He's not paying you in advance.
Yeah. That makes it a nice, neat round trip.
You're
Just
all in
save
this for
time.
equal shares. And you will essentially co-own your very own commercial hauler after this run. More or less.
We'll be a collective.
So the pilot is busily plotting routes in tumescent pink. Your contract was to haul it into orbit over Helkin. You didn't even know that the moon existed until you jumped into the system.
Right. Let me correct that then.
So now that you're... No, you were quite right. And I can't undo that. The contract has since been updated to tell you to tow it into geostationary orbit over Helton's moon. Which is a bit of a stretch, but okay. It's fine.
Isn't that going to be a problem with the gravity of the planet also? I mean,
Maybe? Nobody really knows.
I'm
So,
not exactly an expert. in
yes,
orbital
grand.
mechanics. There's gotta be something like a Lagrange.
oh yeah, there are plenty of Lagrange points and things like that around most planets.
Yeah.
Any planet with at least one moon will have it.
Are we going to have to calculate that?
Not on paper, no.
Mother can probably handle it.
Yeah, that's for things like... That's for AI mainframes like Mother and Apollo.
Okay. Cool.
we have Mother, or is it Apollo? Or
This has a Mother system on it. It's not top of the range, but it's good enough to fly the ship on its own. So, yeah, it'll take... You'll lose about an hour if you go around the dust clouds.
Okay. So that's not 3.5 hours then. That's like 4 hours.
3.5 hours for that and 2 hours to go straight through. Plus risking damage.
3.5 hours then, I feel.
Your pilot has made a recommendation.
Yep, alright, let's go.
Fantastic. So, whoop. Zoom.
We
3 hours later, nobody has exploded during lunch, and you are in position to tow the much smaller now station into orbit, which is being called Helkin Orbital.
Seegson have a real flair for
Yeah, they're not good at naming it. Oh yeah,
Can you
I've
actually
got that
open a
snapping to the
channel
grid.
to the orbital and check that its systems are operational?
Yeah, Mother will do that. If you want to witness it, you should go into the static-free chamber with direct access to Mother.
I'm going to be a little bit too busy handling all these orbital shifts. So
Oh,
All
I'll
right.
go do it. I think I'm the only person with clearance anyway.
I better rename
yeah,
that.
probably.
Oh yeah, the commanding officer is the only one with access. Sorry.
That's cool. I'll go monitor it.
Right. Yeah, all systems start booting up as per normal. She's free. There's a nice little sweet spot, which is geostationary orbit, exactly where you were asked to put it. And everything seems to be checking out fine. A communications ping starts sounding in the chamber, James.
Connect.
All right, it's a video phone. You're immediately facing the dead-eyed rubber skin mask of a working Joe. Greetings. All systems are booting up as per specifications. He doesn't, like, stutter or anything like that. That's just me.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Very good.
I am attempting to contact our Seegson rep. Contact has been established. Congratulations. Please visit this station once your business has been concluded. We would love to have you on board.
Thanks, Joe.
You are quite welcome.
Maybe we'll do just that.
Cuts out.
You go back to being creepy in the dark.
That's what they're best at.
It's all they're good at.
Ask me about our safety protocols. You just murder that man. You're becoming hysterical. Anyway, turn the ship around and go. And you land, or you fly into the atmosphere first of Slagpile.
I have seen some 2-bit rocks in my time, but this is fucking piss.
This makes home look like a fucking metropolis.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. I did something wrong there. I need to pack these new bits and pieces away.
Just remove those.
Pack. Done. Now, where was I? Oh, for God's sake. Now. Let me try and sync everything up. Oh, for God's sake. Someone had something on this that... Oh, it's fucked up. Oh, no. Hang on, hang on. I think there's a way to get around this. Come on, let's reset. Let's reset.
It's gone on too many layers or something?
I think there was something on the table that shouldn't have been there when I switched scenes. Let's see if that helps.
I'm still
Initializing and locked. Yes, it's fine.
okay. Really good. And we're back.
So, we've gone from...
Oh no.
Sweetheart. Sorry, it had to purge the
Yeah.
caches and everything's loading back in again. Don't worry about it. Everyone's loading up nice and quick.
Except
Except you.
Is everyone's character sheet blank?
What?
It scrubbed the character sheet.
Oh, God! I specifically told it to save.
well, that's problematic.
That is annoying.
It's not so bad. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
I remember what was the number word.
Let me see if disable save. Yeah, that should have saved. Deary me. I'm really sorry about that.
It's cool. I mean, it's still loading, so maybe it'll populate.
Most of you... No, it's finished loading for me and they are quite blank. I'm really sorry about that.
Jim,
Something
you
weird
read
happened.
yours?
Yes.
2 or 3 of you had them already written out.
Oh yeah, dude. I've got my character written on a piece of paper beside me.
Very good.
Classic Jim.
So while...
No, it's a good idea.
I have mine written up in Prickle Docs just in case,
Shit.
so hopefully it's quick for me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's cool.
Minor snafu.
To be fair, the character creation's quite short, so
Hmm.
I can do this from memory pretty much.
Yes. Straight away, the heat shielding takes some damage. Your ship is not used to suddenly going from cold, hard vacuum of space to 500 degrees Celsius and 5 atmospheres of pressure. It's getting a nice sort of chrome plating effect from gaseous or metal gases solidifying on it. So there's that at least. But once you get back into, well, once you get into dock, you're going to have to spend a couple of hours repairing the thing, seeing what else happened.
Maybe we're going to have to visit that creepy station after all.
You heard a couple of thumps that shouldn't have thumped, basically.
I'm gonna be back in a minute.
You're fairly certain some of the ceramic plating has just boiled off.
Fuck.
It's not a nice planet to land on.
Well, shit.
Let's see if we can expense that to the suits.
That's not a bad idea. I like the way you think. Anyway, you're on slag pile.
Sheet isn't loading for me.
Oh, lordy. That's not great. What?
Yeah. I'll try and just restart Tabletop Simulator altogether and see if that makes the difference.
Fair enough. I'll see you in a little bit. Sorry about that.
Quite alright.
What was the other thing I had?
Still
PDAs,
learning. You had a
binoculars,
PDAT.
laser.
You had a fancy watch, I think.
No, I took binoculars instead of.
Oh yes. Laser War. Very good.
Yeah, I had 800 credits, but I had a fourth item of some kind. I'll look it up. It wasn't the IFF commander.
Where were we? Yes.
Starkey, where did we put
Oh,
her down?
motion tracker. That's what I had.
Sorry.
Where exactly have we put her down?
Oh, right. Let me just get the circle tool out. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, Dujin do a bork. Okay, you would have landed. There's a. Ah, that's not circles. There's a landing pad in the background here,
Excellent.
behind this commercial part on. What did I say? Called it Colony 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
Whatever
basically,
look-
you go straight into the, for want of a better word, commercial section. The command and habitat sectors would be off limits. Excuse me. Once the hangar doors close, it's remarkably cool in here. There's a lot of work going on with the air conditioning. There's probably some clever heat pump stuff going on. Anyway, after asking for directions, you're told to meet in a place called Wahib's Cantina, which is quite easy to find. It's not a huge installation, and there aren't that many shops around. Trade would be pretty slow in arriving. Things might pick up now that you've brought a station into the system. So, oh, I see Gray's still loading. I shall hold off on descriptions until that's... Right, I guess you're in now? Yes, okay. So, this is Wahib's Cantina. There's some nice music on in the background, which I will find here somewhere. There it is. No, that's not it. But you're all going to have to listen to it now anyway.
Yay.
Once it loads up. Come on, sync for everyone. There's plenty of... It's very definitely got a theme going on. There are like silk curtains and people lounging around on cushions when they're not sitting up at the bar. It's a bit high class for most of the people who live here. It'd be mostly company execs that would show up in a place like this. You feel distinctly out of place in your Hyperdyne contractor uniforms. Nonetheless, Tony Costello is lounging around here. He waves you over and nods at the barman to start preparing a few nice cold drinks. He gets busy to work on a cocktail shaker behind the bar, which is here.
Mr. Costello?
My friends, congratulations. You have just brought some balance into the Suihiro system. Politically speaking. Well, commercially speaking, but also politically. The two are so intertwined these days, it's hard to keep track, isn't it? But nonetheless, you've done a fine job, and slightly ahead of schedule, too. You will all receive full shares, as promised. And I believe that's just about enough to get you out of your lease agreement with Hyperdyne, wasn't it?
Something in that ballpark.
Excellent, excellent. I'm glad. I will not hesitate to recommend you for further contracts in the system in future, should you be out this way.
Much appreciated. It could happen.
Anyway, shall we take care of the paperwork? I'm sure you're as eager to be away from the scorching heat as I am.
Speaking of which, we may have sustained some damage to the ship during landing here.
Oh dear.
Now, naturally, as that's in pursuit of this contract, I wondered if we might persuade you to charge a certain amount of expenses for the wear and tear. Once my engineers had an opportunity to evaluate the damages.
That is a fair thing to ask. If you could roll some... Yeah, empathy and manipulation, please.
Yeah, cool. So, 1, 2, 3.
Whilst you're saying that, I'm giving this kind of like slightly pained expression.
Oh.
Trying to stay positive.
Yes. Oh, this will be an opposed roll against his wits and empathy.
That only let me roll 6 instead of the 8 that I wanted.
Oh, roll another 2 and see what happens then.
Don't forget your stress die.
Oh yeah, add a stress die as well.
Okay, I have no idea if any of that was good because they don't link.
It'll come up green and flash a success up on the screen if any success happened.
Oh, so literally none.
Just check the chat. Oh, unfortunately not. No. You can push the roll if you like. You'll get to roll another stress die.
Yeah, hell, why not? Let's lean in.
Go for it. He got 1 success. Is that your wits and empathy?
Oh, hooray.
It wouldn't let me roll all 8 at once
Oh,
for some reason.
that's weird. I've managed it with up to 10. Don't forget your stress dice.
3. Oh,
The
yeah.
yellow one is the stress dice.
You just took a
sorry.
point of stress for... well, neither of those were panic, so that's fine.
Yeah. I got
You
my-
get your
I
2
got my
successes.
That's probably
3
the best.
successes against his 1.
Mhm.
He opens his mouth to protest, but then he catches sight of Jericho's pained expression and thinks better of it. He once heard that Jericho ran 500 miles and then 500 more just to be that man. I won't finish it off.
It's very true. That's a true story.
But his resolve crumbles between the two of you. And I suppose that's fair enough. It took me by surprise as well. Is there anything else before you bleed me dry? He makes a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
No, I think that's good, thank you. Particularly since you've been so generous as to buy us drinks.
Fair enough.
I suspect that he did not, in fact, intend to pay for those drinks, but let's see him fucking slap it down.
You're on a roll now. Go ahead. The more successes you get on a roll, you usually just need 1 to pass the roll. Any extra, you can start doing stunts. That can mean just showing off while doing it, or trick shots, or ensure you don't have to make that exact same roll ever again. Things like that. But yeah, let's press on. The drinks are deliciously cool, and the ambience of the place is just very relaxing. You'd never know that it was a hotbed of corporate exploitation and abuse just a few floors below you. It turns out that Rashina's Pets is actually just a stuffed toy thing. They don't do live pets. Far too expensive to keep out here. At the moment, anyway. And Ibir's pawn shop is exactly as advertised. If you want to pawn something, go right ahead. He might have some interesting items for you. If you have coin. He knows some,
we did
tells
that
little.
today.
I did have $300.
You do all have some starting cash. If you want to spend it.
Actually, I do want to do something, but I'm not sure how do I just message you on Discord if you want to say something?
There should be whisper options here. If I click on Grey, for example. Oh, no. I can just change the team. That's a shame. You know what? Write it on a note card and just hand it over to me. If you drop it in this table here with the alien face on it, most of that is set up as a hidden area.
Cool. Okay, I'll
So-
do that.
Well, we've got a pawn shop nearby. I would absolutely love to pick up a revolver.
Ah, excellent. Yes, you walk in, and Ibir is this dumpy little white woman who has seen better days. She's quite old, has seen much in her lifetime. He goes, welcome. I'm not doing the face or the voice anymore. I'm not Ibir. He's dead. I inherited the place. What do you want?
I'm in the market for a sidearm.
Oh, yeah. Specifics? I got a few bits and pieces here that would qualify.
357 Magnum revolver, to be more specific.
Oh, that is quite specific. I like it.
Did that work?
Yeah, I can read that quite nicely, and I'm pretty sure no one else can. Let me assure you, Ronan, it's not a problem.
Excellent.
So, back to the pawn shop. Hang on now. Don't touch stuff out here. I've got security cameras. And a shotgun. She goes out back, starts rummaging around, making banging sounds, and comes back with a tray with 3 revolver-like weapons on them. They all qualify as 357 revolvers. They have a revolving chamber. They caliber 357. They're handguns, nominally. Some of them are rather large.
Good.
They've all seen better days, to be honest, but a little TLC and you might be able to get 1 or 2 of these up and running quite nicely. Do you have any skill with ranged weapons?
I do. I have quite a bit of skill with ranged weapons.
Oh, excellent. 2. Let me see. Wits and ranged combat to evaluate these sidearms, please.
Sure thing. So that would be 5. Hey.
Excellent. Yep. You've seen your revolvers before. You've squeezed off more than a few rounds at the firing range, which is thankfully not on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
The one in the middle is definitely the best quality you're going to get.
I had one on the ship.
Hmm?
It'd be real easy to set up a firing range on the ship. I've been saying it for months now.
It would be very easy to set one up, yes. That is kind of the problem, and the reason they're forbidden. But yes, you can easily pick out the most effective or functional firearm with no trouble. Ronan's character wanders off on his own for a while. I'll come back to that later. Congratulations, you have a 357 Magnum.
Lovely. And I'll just mark $300
The mechanics could use a little work. The firing pin spring thing is a bit rusty. That might need some wire brushing down or a replacement altogether. But right now, it's semi-reliable.
Will do for now.
Yeah. There's usually a bonus to the Magnum. You won't get that with this weapon until you've fixed it up. I think it's a +1 or +2 bonus. I'll look it up later. It's not important. The chances of you actually shooting something are low enough. Now, where did Ronan go? So, let me see. What would be appropriate for you to roll on this thing? I think wits and medical aid.
Cool.
Yeah, no +1 to your accuracy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What?
push that.
Okay, fair enough. Roll it again and add a stress die. Oh, nice. Okay,
Very nice.
so 1 success means you get it without a hitch. What do you want the other 2 to do?
I don't get ripped off.
Yeah, that would be covered under the first success.
Okay.
You get it for a fair price.
Get it for fair price, and I'm able to get back
What the hell?
person that I found.
Oh, thank you, Chewy the Mop Top, for following.
Oh yeah, I rehosted you, so
Yay!
We're following me on Twitch when I did Twitch, maybe.
Excellent. So, yes, you get it for a fair price. Fuck, let's say you get double what you expected for the price. It's just quicker that way.
Cool.
Which will keep everything nice and handy. I'll just delete your note. So, let's see. Owen has got his revolver. Ronan has got his thing. What are the rest of you up to while you're here? You've got a nice big chunk. You've got a very fat bank account now after the paperwork has been taken care of with the Seegson rep. So, yeah. There's not a huge amount of stuff available. In fact, the pawn shop is one of the most diverse markets you're going to find. There is a market for like food and stuff, but seeing as it's all imported or grown in underground hydroponic gardens, not exactly haute cuisine.
Might sound like a
Jericho
little bit of.
was kind of trying to find a place where he could find a bolt gun. There's some parts of the ship that aren't in the greatest of condition, and he would like to be able to patch them up better than whacking it with his wrench.
You could easily borrow a bolt gun from the maintenance crews in the hangar. They do ask for it back, but if you're willing to fudge the paperwork, you might be able to just steal it.
We'll see how it goes. Jacko's not very clever, but he also like wants to kind of personalize his own.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause he's not. He hasn't got
Let me
one.
see. Make.
But that's no, it's okay. If he can get one handily enough.
If you could
it's,
make a wits and an empathy and heavy machinery roll to sweet talk
Okay.
the maintenance crews.
Okay, let's do this.
So-
So empathy is 3. Heavy machine, so 6.
6 dice.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You get your bolt gun, and between sweet talking and outright intimidation and things like that, you get to hold on to it. And a small amount of ammunition. Once you run out of ammo, which could honestly happen at any time, it's an abstract concept in this game, that's it until you go resupply somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
People are going to notice if more of those bolts go missing.
So like Jericho kind of like straps it onto sort of his belt like
Mhm.
haphazardly, almost like Western style, because he thinks it's super cool.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to be too ostentatious. So
Actual
kind of-
firearms are strictly prohibited because breaching the walls on this colony would be just as bad as doing it in vacuum.
So he has it on kind of
But-
Western style, but it's very obvious that it's just an engineer with
Yep.
a bolt gun.
Mechanical tools are perfectly fine. Everybody is required. Everyone who holds one is required to have a license for them. You have all your paperwork up to date.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's worth noting. You all have licenses with the Interstellar Commerce Commission, is it? But basically, you're licensed to operate commercial freighters, and that includes maintenance thereof. And for the mechanic, in this case, Adrian, he's perfectly licensed to in the use of those bolt guns, which are just giant riveting machines in plain speak. But if you point it at someone's head, they're not getting up.
Jacko's like obviously distracted with it. He keeps trying to do like normal people things, just in general, but he keeps like going back to it and checking on it and holding it and sort of fiddling with it a little bit. He's a little bit enamored with it.
Beautiful. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Got James and Jim.
What is their general hardware situation like?
What do you mean by hardware now exactly?
I'm actually going and looking up some interface equipment because I didn't really like the fact that we had to tinker so much with our comms on the way in.
Ah, right. That kind of hardware.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a high-tech colony with a lot of working or heavy machinery that breaks down and needs constant maintenance. So the quartermaster would be well stocked with various what would you call them? Diagnostic devices.
That would be exactly
And the
what I'm
like.
looking for. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you can sweet talk them with an empathy and manipulation roll, then you're.
Throw in here.
Yep.
I want to throw in here that I get some master as well, so I'm going to come along and lend my commanding presence to help Lance out with this obviously important to the integrity of the crew and ship task.
Oh, fantastic! In that
I mean,
case,
it's sort of important. I'm mostly just
what was it? Empathy and manipulation +2.
okay. Oh, 6. That should actually be
One more.
Nope.
No. All right, he's got one, but you're going to pay 50% extra because they cannot really hand these out willy-nilly.
You know what? I'll suck it up and I'll pay the extra 50%.
Okay. Congratulations, you have whatever diagnostic device you were looking for.
Awesome.
In fairness, he made a very persuasive case about everyone's flesh bubbling off their skeletons before the skeletons themselves catch fire.
I
So,
nodded along very gravely while he was telling me this.
Yeah. So, in fairness, he couldn't really part with it unless you made it worth his while. Which you did. So, congratulations. James, anything else you want to do while you're in town, so to speak?
Okay. I need to make sure that we're fully stocked on provisions for our next jaunt.
Fantastic. I'm glad someone was looking out for food, oxygen, and water.
Look, I don't think these guys would survive a week without me looking after them. So I'm gonna look after them.
Yes.
They'd spend all of their money on cards, booze, and bullets if I let them.
Probably, yeah.
So,
yeah, you're going to have to restock on food. Water, not so much. The recyclers do their job.
I was going to say I'd like to get them some, convincingly natural water, just because it's nice to know it's not coming from the recycler sometimes.
That's not a problem at all. Most of the leisure places, like bars and cafes and the like, mostly just sell cold water as their big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, in celebration of a job well done, I'm gonna get a couple of cases of beer and some decent real food, maybe with some real meat or something that may have been in the same laboratory as real meat at some point.
That can be arranged, yeah. As a Wayland-Yutani colony, the place is amply stocked with Aspen beer,
Cool.
which is pretty good. It's the go-to beer for most space truckers when they can afford it. It's not that expensive, really, but it's fine. You've got your beer, and you've got, let's call it probably a ton of cold water, which is like a cubic meter.
Nice.
But it's been specially treated. It won't taste like the warm garbage that comes out of your recyclers. It's actually lightly scented with lemon.
Ooh, very fancy.
Very recommended to serve it chilled, which will not be a problem in space.
Haven't we gone up in the world?
I've got a ship, boys.
So beer, water.
Some nice food.
Yeah, they're
Just
bits
something
and
a bit
pieces.
nicer than whatever substrate we use for the porridge squirters.
Yes, there's actual solid food available. There's spicy meats because when on a lava world, why not do the same with your taste buds for some reason?
Yeah, fair.
Plenty of nothing fancy, but decent staples. They look like authentic food, but probably vat grown. But a burger is still a burger.
Can't afford to be picky
So-
in our situation, can we?
You can get authentic, meat that can trace its lineage back to a cow that was at one point alive.
I was going to say, grown from cultures harvested in Earthside some time ago.
Yeah, there's
In theory.
a really successful livestock corporation called, what is it called? Star City Steers or something like that.
Mhm.
That has like entire planets given over to raising the biggest fucking cows they can for the meat.
Super cows.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to afford any of those, but
No.
the stem cells definitely came from one of those planets.
Nice. And the last thing I want to get is go into that pet shop
Mm-hmm.
/ soft toy shop and just get I don't know, maybe a little plush mouse for Boo to play with.
Oh, you're in luck. They have plush mice.
Hooray! Just a little one.
Do you
Something
want
to have around.
a mechanical one or just a plush?
You know what? They probably can't cost that much. I'll get one of each and see which one he likes better.
Yeah, a couple of dollars and you're fine.
Yeah, cool. Works for me. I think that's everything I wanted.
Excellent.
I'll make Mac haul all of this back to the ship with me.
That's
We're
fine.
probably
Yeah.
going to need like a dolly or something for the water. But
You need to give the ship a once over as well before leaving because of the heat damage.
oh yeah, that's why I'm not asking Cutter to help me carry it.
Very good. On that note, Cutter, I will require an observation and heavy machinery roll from you. I'll give you +3 dice because you know this ship inside out.
Yes, sir.
And you're
Let's do
not
this.
burdened with bulky spacesuits or anything while you're looking at it now.
Yeah. So that's. I'm getting 3 bonus? Was that?
3 extra dice to
Okay.
observation and heavy machinery, so 8 dice total.
4. Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yes, there has been some damage taken. Some of the heat shield paneling has just come right off. Fairly near the fuel tank areas where you would keep the, what would it be? Liquid deuterium for hydrogen reactions. That would be bad. So you need to get them replaced. Luckily, you have managed to convince your Seegson corporate representative to cover the expenses. Owen, what are you doing?
I tried to put them back.
Don't bother. So, yeah, repairs will take about 3 hours to get done, because you sweet-talked a work crew, and they're willing to do one on the side for you and charge it to your man's account. So, quick work. Hooray, all done. You're ready to leave. And in fact, they have ensured that the heat panels that they replace them with are extra heat resistant. So you shouldn't have as much bother taking it off.
Hey. Realize them.
Let's
Make sure
get
you
off
got the
this-
receipts.
Let's get off this boiling hellscape.
That's
Excellent. You get in, you take off, and you're in orbit again.
I thought I'd be glad to be back on the ship.
yeah. I will definitely take the cold space over that sort.
I swear to God, that whole habitat felt so full of just fucking waiting for something to happen.
It is a
Oh, yeah.
sweltering hellscape, yes.
I'm pretty sure that place is doomed. Give it time.
Oh man, I give it 6 months.
I'd almost be inclined to stay in the system.
Ah, fuck.
Full escape.
The moon has disappeared.
Oh shit!
Let me put that back.
Oh, I thought that
not
was
in
in
game.
game, and I was
Okay.
going to be like, someone check the sensors. That can't be right.
So,
Sorry
Oh,
about
happened
that.
Fast.
Okay,
The moon just
so-
disappeared completely.
Yeah,
very sudden escalation there.
yeah. Sarky, is the fucking habitat that we dropped off still there? Can you pull its record?
Oh, yeah. Everything is still there. I just had some weird stuff happen with this particular part of the table. Lock you in
I'm going to
place.
treat the same character as Justice since then. It's those dust clouds interfering.
Mm-hmm.
Just give the comms console a smack. You should see it again.
Right.
Look, you can hit any part of the ship you want as much as you want once we've paid for it.
Oh, just
Yeah, there is FTL communication as well. It's expensive, but it would be covered in your contract with Hyperdyne to inform them of job completion and that you're rich enough to pay off the ship.
Okay, I'm guessing I'll need to use Mother for that.
Yes, thankfully there's now a space station that has been happily towed out of the dust clouds and into orbit on a distant planet that will more than make up for the distance involved and send out your message in, I think it's called a hyperwave packet.
So do we actually have to physically go to the station to do that, or can I use it to relay?
It would help to be out of the dust clouds at least.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The clearer the message, the less it'll cost.
All right. Everyone, I hate to say this, but I'm going to need to make a quick stop at the Haunted Wax Museum over that moon. Clebrick, you can just take us over. Shouldn't take long. And then we can get the hell out of here, back to our core worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the rest of you don't have to come aboard. I just need to go and use the FTL comms.
That's a nice clean little skirt around the gas cut. Yeah?
Yeah.
No problem, sir. You all just strap yourselves in.
The solar winds thankfully keep slag pile clear of the dust. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much for the temperature. I wish to try synchronizing this with everybody.
I think.
God. What is happening there, Ohm? You're on 0%.
No idea.
Is there a firewall issue or something?
There shouldn't be. I've got everything set up properly, I think.
Right, I am going to pack all of these new things away. Oh, thank Christ, it worked this time. And put you back at Suehiro G84. I won't bother building the bits and pieces. I just have to go here so I can go to the next place, which is Helkin Orbital.
Yay. My favorite.
This is fine.
This delightful space station you just towed into orbit. A little Seegson logo there on the front. Docking clamps and airlocks here. You would all have been on a station like this before. They're not huge. They could manage 400 or 500 people at peak season. Visitors would be strictly confined to the bottom 3 decks, while corporate, research, command, communications would be further up towards the spire. But the bottom 3 decks have most of the living quarters, and if it's particularly traffic heavy, bars and hotels for visitors to stay.
Working Joes can't operate all of that. None of it's really going to be in
More or less, yeah. Currently, the station is exclusively populated by working Joes. You're not even sure if they were put away before making the FTL journey. They might just have been sitting around waiting.
Wouldn't surprise me if they were wandering around running maintenance loops.
Staring at the walls with their little LED lights.
The worst.
The worst thought of all.
Mm-hmm.
And remember,
Dark.
they
You think
were
that's
doing
bad?
that
I was-
while we were asleep.
Yeah, we were asleep.
They were doing that.
Seegson was literally behind you every step of the way.
You know, I really thought I couldn't imagine anything worse than that time. Say, some maniac decided that a working Joe would work as infirmary reception. But no, this was definitely worse.
Captain opens communications. You have no idea if it's the same android or not. It looks exactly the same. It sounds identical. Can I help you, Captain?
Captain Wiseman of the Skilla Hyperdyne serial numbers. Looking for permission to dock and make use of your FTL comms.
One moment, please. He just stares at you for about 10 seconds. Permission granted. Please follow these coordinates to dock.
All right. Thank you, Joe.
Have a nice day. Cuts out.
Those can never cut early enough.
Mm-hmm. He says have a nice day almost like a threat. You always know a working Joe. So, yeah. You're docking away, which leads to this. As soon as you've docked, it uploads schematics to Mother. Now, everything Deck D and higher is off limits to you. Decks A, B, and C are maintenance and visitors.
Very good.
So who wants to go aboard and see the creepy wax mannequins?
I guess I kind of have to, don't I?
Jericho is like, there's a deck up of E?
Your captain and the resident technology expert would probably be useful.
Okay.
Probably not.
They usually make this. They usually make this pretty painless. I'm content to do it by myself, but it's up to you.
With respect, Captain, I don't trust those Joes as far as I can throw them.
Fair.
You check your strength. Oh, you could throw them. You could definitely throw one.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't trust it, would I?
Fair enough. So,
Here we go.
who's going?
I'll stay on the ship.
I'll arm up and come over as a escort.
Fair enough. You go through. There's a worrying moment of weightlessness as Seegson does not pay for anti-gravity in the airlock tube. So there's a part where you have to walk, and then you float, and then you fall to the ground again once you're on the station proper, and the doors seal behind you.
Cheap Seegson bastards.
Cheap, but mostly effective. As the doors, the inner doors open, you're treated to a jangly little corporate, jingle, basically. Seegson. Tomorrow together. Welcome to Elkin Orbital, in the creepy working Joe voice. It is desolate in there, basically. Balls. I have somehow misplaced the station maps of each floor. Not to worry, we'll just leave it here. The place is pretty empty. There are like 5 working Joes in the maintenance bays. Just staring. Not even at you, necessarily.
Just generally.
They're standing about, facing random directions, not doing anything. Occasionally, one of them will pipe up with some corporate soundbite. That's about it. It seems they're programmed to just do those on repeat. Excuse me.
Well, this is deeply uncomfortable.
There's no signposting or anything like that. You know, well, yes, you would have docked on Deck C, so that's where you are right now for visitors and the like. It follows basically the same layout from the last one of these stations you were in, except that there's not a living thing on board, unless you count the working Joes, which is a personal decision.
Absolutely do not.
Not in the least. No.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
There are no shop fronts, there are no signposts. It's very stark and empty. And more than a little creepy.
Yo, Sarky.
$50 says this place goes fast. 2 years. What do you think, Mac?
2 years max.
Sevastopol did very recently just spiral into the gas giant it was orbiting for reasons unknown.
Oh.
Which
I heard Jericho was involved.
That would have been a while ago.
people have heard that Jericho was involved.
Yeah, that would have been about 3 decades.
That's recent in geological terms.
Because Amanda Ripley has since died of old age, so
I was
Some
going to
people
say,
have
when
said
you,
that
when you,
Jericho's always the
That's
one
assuming
with
she
the-
didn't die in Fury 131
when you, when
or
you,
get ejected into deep space off Anchor Point Station.
when you spend this much time in suspended animation, 30 years ain't much.
Yeah, these trips generally take months while you're asleep.
Like 70.
And you're traveling at relativistic speeds as well, which really doesn't help.
I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys.
Yep. Finding the actual time and date is a big part of Mother's job once she comes out of FTL. it's very hard to know. You could have traveled basically into the future by a couple of years. Relativistic speeds are weird like that. You've been at this for years. It's fair to assume that most of your relatives are now dead, unless you've had... Oh, hell, what just happened? Oh, the power cut out on my monitor there for a second. It went into dreadful static. That was
Yikes.
terrifying.
Ah.
But, yes, anyway, you're on board Helkin Orbital. There's no one around, except the working Joes.
And everyone you love is dead.
And everyone you love is dead. Thank you, Ronan.
Sound of
You know you would have to get access to decks D or E to actually send a hyperwave packet, but you can't do that without authorization, so you have to get one of the Joes to bring you up.
Joes. Right. Oh, this is gonna suck. I look to where there's like a group of Joes standing and staring.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, I require assistance.
All three of them turn.
You on the left.
Welcome. How can we be of assistance today?
I need to send a hyperwave packet and require authorization and access to Deck D.
One moment, please. I must confer with Apollo. He stares at you for about 5 seconds.
Jesus.
Very well. Please follow me. He starts walking.
Shrug, follow.
There's a central elevator shaft with all sorts of swipe card key protocol things. The working Joe just takes his hand off at the wrist and plugs it into the wall.
Great.
Fantastic.
Ask me about our safety protocols. And the lift starts moving.
Do they involve breaking eye contact when you do that fucking weird thing? where
Oh,
you-
he's just staring at the wall of the elevator.
I'm not even there. I'm just like imagining it. I'm like, oh, this must be so creepy.
Like my
Yeah.
rifle is slung over my back, and I keep reflexively reaching for it.
I had forgotten about that. The elevator stopped, and the working Joe says, "Weapons are strictly prohibited on this deck. Please deposit your M14A pulse rifle in the deposit box by the elevator. You may pick it up on departure."
I stare at it.
It stares back. It doesn't have
It's
eyelids.
gonna win, Mac.
This is weird. Put it in the box.
One second while I reply to the chat.
Look, I know it's creepy, Mac, but I've never heard of a working Joe going rogue like some of those newer Wayland-Yutani mod. And I mean, okay, I will cop, maybe that's a rumor, but they are pretty creepily convincing sometimes.
Right. It is still staring at you. What do you do, Owen?
I put my rifle in the box and try not to scream.
Thank you for observing safety protocols. Seegson, tomorrow together. We are a fully health and safety conscious and compliant corporate entity. He just keeps mouthing off as he walks straight down the corridors, not looking left or right.
He's doing this on purpose, boss.
They all do this on purpose.
And he stops at a door which has hyperwave communications array written on it.
I present my credentials just to make sure.
We have arrived. Please observe
Okay. Thank you, Joe. You can...
Please observe all terms and conditions before using the hyperwave drive. Abuse of the system will result in revocation of rights.
You...
He
got it.
doesn't specify which rights.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Joe. Hey, how about you go and inspect the airlocks in Deck A? Thanks. Bye.
I am not required on Deck A. Visitors
I'm
above
already
Deck
walking
C
past
must be supervised at all times.
I'm already walking past it to get the communications device.
I wouldn't recommend trying to give me the slip.
What the hell? I'm not...
It's
Matt,
just
I'm not crazy,
observing
is it?
you as you send your packet.
Yeah, no, it said that. It definitely said that.
Like, I'm willing to believe whoever programs these as Seegson is some kind of fucking prick, but that's a little much for me. Let's just
Yes.
get these files sent and carry on.
Send your message. Let's get going.
Right, that'll be a Comtech. Wits and Comtech, I believe.
Okay. Plus my stress dice.
Plus your stress dice. Get an extra black die for having someone there to help you.
2. Son of
Oh, you gotta click them all within, like, half a second of each other.
second. Or I'm just an idiot who
Let's just ignore that one die. Roll again. It's 4.
Failed. Bonus failed. And 2 stress dice.
Oh shit.
Oh. That's interesting.
Oh, the Joes.
Would you mind... oh dear, I don't have any d6s on the table. 1 second, let me spawn those in.
There's a thing with extra dice.
Yeah, I believe they're... Oh no, they are properly... Yeah,
it's a
go on.
right one out,
If
so-
you could roll these 2 black dice I've just placed on your table, and tell me what happened, what you get. Add the 2 together. To grab both of them, long click on one, and then right click on the other. And while you've got your left mouse button pressed, literally shake the cursor to shake the dice.
Isn't it that each one is tens and like one is ones?
No. Oh no, wait, that's critical injuries. Just roll 1d6. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was thinking the D66 was just for that. Never mind.
Deary me.
So I'm rolling a d6.
A single d6 and add your stress, which is 2, I believe.
Yep.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're fine. You managed to keep your nerves in check. If you
I just don't
total
like the
anything
fucking thing
above
looking over my
7...
shoulder.
no, if you total anything above 6, bad things start to happen.
Yeah, I don't like that thing looking over my shoulder while I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Presumably it still works, but it takes longer here in the dim light with the Joe staring at us. Because,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's like when you start up a laptop for the first time and it's got to be calibration. You
Mhm.
start up the hyperspace comms on this thing for the first time and it's got a phone.
It's been a while, and you spent like 4 months in transit. They've updated the user interface. Takes a little while to get used to it. But I'm going to allow that both of you managed to keep... Owen, do you have any stress yet?
I do not.
How would you like to roll straight wits?
Sure thing. I have succeeded.
Fantastic. You don't gain any stress from
First.
this creepy thing disarming you and looking over your shoulder at all times.
I see worse.
So, the hyperwave packet is sent. The working Joe comes into the room and makes a very mechanical sounding cough. Apollo informs me that the hyperwave packet has been sent successfully. Given the distance involved in your destination, It may be several hours before a reply is sent. Do you wish to avail of hospitality on this station, or would you like one of us to contact you when the message or when a reply is received?
Please contact us on our ship when a reply is received. I think we'll back there for now.
If you say so. Please follow me.
Left the kettle on.
He leads you back to the elevator. You're allowed to pick up your rifle again. It doesn't look like anyone's touched it. And, yeah, he brings you back down to the habitation deck, which is still fucking desolate and empty. It's like a church at night. In fact, the sound, the acoustics are very much like a church, it has to be said. There's literally nothing in there except the steel walls. Quite echoey. You can hear murmuring of various working Joes here and there, and their footsteps on metal grating. It's quite unsettling. You feel no desire to be here any longer than you have to. On your way back to the airlock, however, another working Joe stops you. Or at least waves to you in a very creepy looking way. Captain Wiseman, you
Yes.
were requested to dock at this station once your business with Seegson had been completed.
Yes?
The reason for this is because we have a potential contract you may be interested in.
Why was I not contacted by any other means about this?
Because we were the originators of the contract, and we were not online until a few hours ago.
I'm just gonna kind of look to Mac. Tell us more.
I think it best if I send the details to your mother.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Thanks, Joe. We'll go back to the ship immediately to check.
No problem. I'm here to help.
I bet you are.
I am not permitted to gamble.
Right. Okay. We'll be going.
Have a nice day.
We'll do our best, Joe.
This
Right.
place is fucking haunted, Mac.
This noise. Nuke
Can
and
Joe's-
Orbis.
Can Joes do that? I thought they didn't have that kind of autonomy.
They have limited. They're essentially extensions.
That was in character.
They're extensions of the mainframe AI that runs them, which
Okay.
they do develop rudimentary personalities.
Well, Apollo develops rudimentary personality that it expresses through them, I would think.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That is beyond fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. I already
So-
don't like that this thing has been online for...
Like really shitty Ultrons. But far, far creepier. So, you're back, still docked with the station. Where did I leave the little token of the Skilla? Ah, well, doesn't matter.
Tokens were reset, I think.
Oh, yeah, the Great Purge.
Rip.
So,
So, crew, fun development. The working Joes want to hire us.
That doesn't sound like a fun development, boss.
No,
Yeah,
it
right.
really does not.
Can I
What exactly
motion now
do
that
they
we
want?
call them Haunted Joes instead? Because Jesus fuck.
Jim was
Understood.
trying to say something now. Jim, you're gonna have to do something about that.
there's a message waiting for you in the mother chamber.
Okay, so here's the plan.
God,
We're gonna have
calling
to
it
do
mother
something
was
to get
just
it-
creepy.
We're going to have to wait a few hours for the reply from Hyperdyne, and then we can get the fuck out of here. Might wait till we're a bit closer to the core worlds again before buying the ship. I'm going to go to Mother and see what this contract is, because I've got to admit I'm morbidly curious. But I feel like we're probably not going to end up taking it. What do you think?
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously not.
I mean, is there enough money in the galaxy? Really?
Yes,
I'll be honest, there might
is,
be.
But yeah.
Come on, guys. Apollo has almost never gone haywire, according to corporate leaflets.
That we know of.
The Polito form is dead, insect.
Yes.
Right, so yeah, I'll go check in with Mother if everyone else wants to fuck about for minutes.
A nice whiskey.
Yeah, we can call that downtime for your characters. If they have stress while you're waiting for a reply, you can remove 1 point.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Owen has the banter skill, so he might be able to relieve slightly more than that. I forget exactly how it works, but I think you can remove 2 if off yourself and anyone who engages in banter with you.
My stress level and stress level of everyone in short range of you drops 2 steps instead of 1 for every turn spent in a safe place.
Yeah, the downtime will count as a turn while you're waiting for Hyperdyne to get back to you. Okay. James,
For the bands.
there is a recorded message waiting for you. It looks to be that same working Joe.
This. Alright, let's hear it.
Greetings. As soon as we came online, we were connected with the Apollo mainframe. It seems that Seegson, in its wisdom, decided to bury a potential contract for you to keep you occupied or make sure you didn't go hungry. We are currently in orbit around a rocky ice moon. Seegson surveys have sent working Joes to the surface in the past to mine ice to sell to the mineral-rich world owned by Wayland Yutani, known as Slag Heap. If you accept this contract, you will land on the surface of Helkin's moon, load up on as much ice as you can carry, and deliver it to Slag Heap, where you will be offered a decent price. In doing so, you will have fulfilled a contract that is worth $50,000.
Okay.
Well, that's,
Alright.
That sounds like a lot. Is that a lot?
that's the power loader money. Not that I was looking at the cost of power loaders.
Yeah.
Look, now you mention it, we could use a power loader.
Who couldn't?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you need a class 2 rating, though, I hear? To be any good with it? To engage in... I heard that Jericho once got into a fist fight with a power loader and won.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Rumors.
Mm.
All speculation.
So, yeah, there's a little accept contract question mark, Y/N bleeping on the screen.
I'm going to confer with the others before I agree to it.
It's literally
Honestly.
bleeping in that horrible, like, 8-bit computer way.
I'm going to leave it running, let it do that. I'm going to swing, but I'm hoping everyone else is just chilling in the mess. So I'm going to go in there, crack one of those bottles of beer that I picked up for us. In fact, I will bring out the one of the crates to pass the time. Just set it on the table in front of everyone.
Actually, let me see. I've got it here somewhere. Oh, no, I don't. Is that what I'm looking for? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Yes, I have it here. Deck maps. The mess hall will be here. Let me just load that in. I need to rename
That's
that to the Scylla.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I have not been able to find a PDF version of the book I just bought off Forbidden Planet, which is like official blueprints of all of the ships blown up to delicious detail. So these hand-drawn ones from a fan website many years ago will have to do. Is there anything on the table that shouldn't be? It doesn't look like it.
Not that I'm aware of.
Looks okay.
Yeah, looks alright.
There we go. The button mouse over thing was not coming out for me.
Might be this mad high ping everyone's got.
Anyway. Yeah, sorry. Back to Deck A with the mess hall and the like. The ship is, like, mostly cargo space and hyperdrive machinery. To be honest. But
You cut out there?
oh, the ship is mostly cargo space and hyperdrive engines.
Alright.
This tiny section up here is where all the living really goes on. So, actually, yeah, you can just make out here the windows of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Two side windows here. They would be about 2 people high, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And the bridge itself is quite cramped. It's like jockey recliney chairs for 4 people down the middle and another 2 either side. So basically just walkways.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, the galley and the hypersleep vault are the biggest open spaces really that don't involve having to do a job.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to plunk the case of beer down on the galley table.
Mm-hmm. Was anyone not in the galley?
No, I'd be there.
Very good. All in the galley. Your captain has just plunked a case of Aspen beer on the table.
Congratulations, boys.
Isn't it?
What was that?
This is coming with bad news, isn't it?
No. I don't know if it's good news. It's news. But mostly, I think we did a good job here. 4 of us out across the vastness of space, dragging that creepy as hell station, and we got paid for it. I think that's earned us a beer.
4 of us?
5.
Ooh, which is the non-alcoholic android? I'm joking. You've all seen each other bleed. It's red. You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And not just paid, but possibly paid enough to buy this ship. You know, if we're all willing to share a portion. I'm not going to force anyone's hand.
I'm buying.
independent freighters do make the big bucks. It's a lot better than the shit detail that the corporations put the leaseholders put on independent folks.
Jericho is very much in.
About 2% of each pay packet, or no, about 2% of the ship was expected to be covered in payment like every couple of months, which is damn near extortionate. You've had to work your fingers to the bone to keep up with payments. But she's yours. Well, as soon as Hyperdyne get back to you.
Crack open the bottles.
It's beer time.
Settle up.
Right. Fuck it. I'll let this count as 2 shifts of downtime, so everyone can remove up to 2 stress, which I think gets you all happy again.
Insofar as one can be in this world.
Hello, Ramuria. Thank you for following.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
So, how far into the bottles do you wait to spring the news?
About halfway through my own. I don't know what everyone else's rate is like.
About 2 in at this stage.
Marines work fast.
So, remember how I said the Joes had a job for us?
I really wish you hadn't, but yes.
Yeah, well, I had to hear it.
Did I not just say there was bad news coming?
It doesn't have to be bad news. We're not required to take it. But it is pretty easy. And it does mean $50,000 payout with no commission to anyone else.
That's a new power loader.
Like a nice power loader.
Wouldn't hurt to have one. Or, whatever else we want to do with the money.
That's true.
Hell, few contracts like that wouldn't have to stay in space anymore at all.
My God, you could live on a planet.
Yeah.
Not one of the crap ones either. Like,
Yeah, it wouldn't-
one with air.
We wouldn't have to go back to Earth or anything.
Maybe a new and better life awaits you on the off-world colonies.
Anyway, the way I see it, if we're no longer technically Hyperdyne contractors, that means Hyperdyne chain of command doesn't apply in the same way anymore. So I'm not going to make this decision without taking a vote.
I think that's fair.
Oh, what the fuck, I'm in.
I'm in.
Alright.
Alright.
Sweet. All right, Jim is having some voice issues. Cool.
But he's in. Alright.
Excellent.
This is an easy one. We don't even have to leave the system. It'll take us probably all of 6 hours. We go down to the moon here, collect some water ice that some working Joes have mined out, and sell it to the YWs over on Slag Heap. Sound good? Sound easy?
Yeah, right. Also,
Yeah, alright.
out of character, we need to think of some really good slang for Wayland Yutani wage slaves.
Yes.
That's our homework for the next session.
Yeah. I would like to hear that.
We'll work on it.
All right, then.
Oh, and obviously I've got like Boo perched on my shoulder throughout most of this conversation.
I think she's in too. Oh. Jim is just fucked off.
He'll be back.
It's like Tabletop Simulator has crashed out or something.
Seems most likely. We'll give him a minute.
Probably the internet.
He's in for the plan anyway, so
Yeah.
that's something we know. We'll just need him to pilot us down there.
He's in the
and
chat,
then-
so he can hear all of this.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll manage to pilot us down whenever you're back, and then we'll just get on with what they're doing. But there's no rush. Let's at least finish our drinks.
But yeah. 3 hours later, you're pinged by Mother to get your message from Hyperdyne. Congratulations on your final payment. This Lockmart, what is it, a B-88G Bison class commercial freighter is now under the ownership of insert name here. They never bothered to learn your names.
Yeah, not surprising.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, I'll accept the.
There's
contract from
small
Seegson.
print about having to do business under like a limited company name of some sort.
We'll worry about that paperwork.
But
after we finish this.
yeah. This would still
Everything
be
takes-
a contract job.
Oh, okay.
It's like for insurance purposes, and if Seegson has contracted you to do this water ice job, then they foot the bill
Yeah.
for anything that goes wrong.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough with the timing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, going to accept the water ice job. At least we don't have to go back on station.
Fantastic.
Also, I'm cutting Hendrix off at 2 beers. I want him sharp in case any of the Joes get weird on us.
Hey, so my aim actually improves after 4.
It will take a few hours to get back to, like... I mean, it took 3 hours for Hyperdyne to get back to you, so it would take another 2 or 3 hours to get the ship ready to head back down onto a planet's surface. So, yeah, you'll all be plenty sober, I'm sure, at this stage.
Again, that's fair enough. I mean, this rock can have atmo. It's got to be pretty easy landing.
It does have an atmosphere. It's,
Huh.
not breathable. It's mostly nitrogen, methane, and something more complex. Your sensors aren't really equipped for chemical analysis beyond the basics. Like, yeah, methane is about as complex as it'll get for your current mother system. Yes, so you can see there's an upper landing claw chamber on deck A here. That is a rather large hydraulic lift platform that just extends out of the bottom of the ship. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that's the upper claw means that's where the undercarriage is. Just in front of that is the maintenance lift, which is for people to head out.
And I assume we use the claw to load heavier cargo.
That's undercarriage, I think.
I think that holds the like the landing gear.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
landing
yes, the
gear.
landing
Each of these freighter or freight tanks would have a maintenance lift of some sort to help you load shit on.
Okay.
It's not going to be a huge deal. The ship has decidedly modular abilities. It's very easy to replace almost any component.
Oh. Work done now that we own it.
More
You only need a few $100 million.
If you only get a giant unicorn decal, right? Like, that's cool. You get that?
And if you want to spray that on there,
So,
Yeah.
back
I'm
to
not going to stop you.
the solar system in question. Swahiro G-84. You fly into the atmosphere of Helkin's moon, the surface of which looks a lot like this.
Oh, great. That's inviting.
You can see it's a fairly thin atmosphere, no more than 1 Earth atmospheric pressure. The coordinates given to you were for... Oh, what's the opposite of a plateau?
Like a valley?
Yeah, like an
Valley.
extremely wide, long valley.
Oh, you know what? There is a term for that, and I can't for the life of me remember.
Caldera? Except that's volcanic.
I mean, caldera could, for all we know, it is a caldera.
Yeah.
Just a big white
Like,
one.
let me get the circle tool out again. Like this, but on a scale of like 100 miles squared, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where where the Seegson androids had built their ice drill to extract and purify the ice. There's a little outpost there.
Bring us in, Lance.
So I will require a piloting roll off Lance there for landing on. It's basically one giant glacier.
You know, when the light hits
Oh,
them just
poor
right,
Jim.
worlds like this are kind of pretty, at least from orbit.
That's why I've been using Elite Dangerous for most of the planetary screenshots.
Nice.
Man, we need
Success!
an easier way to denote. We need an easier way to denote in-character statements.
Let me see. You got a success. Yes, you managed to land on a place that does not damage the ship or crack under the weight. Someone's been paying attention to the geological reports and landed on a mostly rock area, which is fine.
This
It's
thing's populated entirely by working Joes. There's going to be no concessions to human habitation. We're gonna have to go
there
out and
is a
back
transport vehicle.
something
Oh,
to
what's
go
this?
for, at least.
Oh dear.
Right,
Well, that's weird.
Lance Jones, you stay on. The rest of us will see what we need to do to get this ice loaded. Maybe the Joes will do some.
There
Yeah,
is a transport vehicle right next to the landing coordinates, which covers. It's about 100 meters. No, not 100 meters. It's about 500 meters to the actual bore hole. You can see there's a giant drilling scaffold about half a kilometer away. Well, yeah, little over half a kilometer away now. Like gigantic wheels almost as tall as the ship.
Can anyone else drive for shit? Because I can't, to be honest with you.
The pilot can certainly drive, but he's staying with
sorry,
the
I was
ship.
asking that in character again.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, like I say, we need some way to denote that. Maybe we should be putting face cams somewhere you could finger.
Oh, yeah, ravine. That would do.
There we go.
Thank you, Chewie. Excuse me.
I knew there was a word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in which case I'd rather we all go, just in case something goes wrong.
Fair enough. It's a fairly standard Seegson transport vehicle. It's not that difficult to pilot at all. If you've got even 1 point in piloting, you'll be fine.
I do not.
Does
Neither.
anyone have piloting besides the pilot? It's a general driving skill as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Fuck it. Mother can do it for you. So this takes you to the borehole, which will take a while to load in properly.
That was weird.
What's a gay bar doing this far out in space?
This is such a nice channel. Right. This take a while. There's some.
A lot of objects, I see.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Ignore that. I don't know how to get the server work. Oh, for God's sake! It didn't save my fog of war. All right. Excuse me 1 second.
If you want to blindfold us all.
Oh
we fixed
crap!
it.
Yes.
Never mind.
Did that work? Now.
There we
Yeah.
Right.
There we
Please leave those on for a second while I
go. Okay.
fix my terrible mistakes. And I think there will do. No, that's in the way. Dang it. No. I have to physically do this, don't I? There we go. And right, you all get out of the vehicle. right around here.
A lot of it looks kind of just like black squares to me, but that might just be loading.
Hmm?
Like a lot, like half the map. Like,
Yeah, I think it's still loading.
Oh, for grey, I'm
No,
afraid,
mine's
yeah.
still loading.
Rural broadband, am I right? Sorry about that, James.
That's okay. It's just taking a minute.
Yes, you park outside a small installation that is planted over half of a very large hole in the ground. There's what looks to be some sort of power generator off to the right. And it's all very quiet.
Any Joes around?
None that you can see, no.
Well, that's nice.
Is there anything like an entrance
God's
visible?
sake. That'll do. Sorry for loading something else up now. Yeah, the front doors are right here. Oh, that didn't look very... Let me draw. Here they are. Fun fact, the front doors, when I unlock them, actually move.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'll just...
Gaming in the future.
Wait a minute, I'm not convinced that was the door I clicked on there. There we go.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Looks like shaders keep breaking on all wall surfaces on mine.
Oh dear.
So they're loading in, but only after the shaders have failed.
Oh yeah, the shaders will fail.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what's causing that just right now, but it's fine. Yeah, behind the installation is the gigantic scaffolding with the drill. Yeah, the drill itself, which is about 8 meters wide, I would say. Hell of a drill. It strikes you that this is a lot of trouble to go to get ice when the planet is literally made of it. Right, that's everyone loaded in. Excellent.
It is some sort of surface contaminants they're avoiding.
Good. Anyway, I'll delete all that awful writing. Oh, yes, now would be a good time to place your figures on the board next to the...
We'll need them back because they were reset.
Oh, of course, yes, I'm sorry. Fuck.
That's okay. I know I had the Cooper token.
Where did they go? Here we are. Oh, wait, it's a bag in a bag, so... Can anyone remember offhand the name of the character that...
Jim was using Flynn.
Start with the C, Cos or something?
Someone was using Flynn. There's Flynn. Cooper.
I had Cooper.
There's Cooper. Let me see, who else is there? There's a Miller, a Horton, a Reed, Davis. I think that was one of you. Pin, Rye, Wilson.
I had Vine.
You had Rye?
Vine or Bane? E-I-N.
Oh, oh yeah, fine. I would pronounce that Bean as in Michael Bean.
I always pronounce his name wrong too, so maybe that's why.
Who else is there? Wilson, Clayton, Bolaji, Ava, Sham, and Johns.
Might have had Shan.
He looks a bit roguish. That's him there. Might be you.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
Does anyone not have their character yet?
I have mine.
Right. Adrian's good. Owen is good. Ronan, you good? I put them all in the visible area here.
All right,
There's-
it's
Bine is right next to the transport.
yeah. Sorry, I'm
Did someone have Cooper?
I did.
Oh, good. Oh, right. Did I take Flynn out? I must have. Flynn's not there.
Yeah, I saw Flynn a moment ago.
I think Flynn is moving around the other side of the.
Cooper, Bine, Sham, Rye.
Sham.
Oh, there are 2 Shams out? No, that can't be right. There are 2 Shams out. How did that happen?
Oh, fine.
That's Flynn. Someone must have dropped Sham into their infinite bag and then pulled out an additional Sham.
Ah, that'll be it.
That does sound like me. Yeah, sorry about that.
Right.
Happens.
I am getting rid of 1 Sham.
Rip.
Right. There doesn't seem to be a Flynn here, so where's it gone?
The Flynn's right here.
Oh.
Waving it around a little.
Right, so everyone has their character out.
Yep. I'm taking the lead because at this time I don't feel particular reason to send anyone else ahead.
I mean, it's just generally creepy, right?
How noble.
Yeah, it's just sort of creepy, but there's nothing to indicate that we should be really worried.
Alright, I will just
You know, I'm armed on principle.
open the door
Look,
for you
it's-
and delete
If
this.
Seegson wanted to steal us, wanted to kill us and appropriate our ship, they would have done
Oh,
it. while we
hang
were
on a
safe.
second. I forgot I can do this. I can fix your models so that they all reveal Fog of War.
Nice.
I.
Oh, is that what the black? Is that what the black stuff is?
Yep.
Okay. Flynn,
Oh,
Flynn
okay.
wants to be in the lead, and I'm willing to allow that.
Let me just get them all. That's the 3 at the front, and Bine also reveals. Where's the 5th? Oh, right. Rye is still at the transport. Yes, the Etive that I did not rename from Mass Effect. Oh, yeah, Rye is in such a position that this Fog of War here would be gone. Which reveals my clumsy getting rid of the door. I'll just put that over there. Oh, I'm not sure what the Fog of War... Yeah, the atmosphere is not breathable, so you're going to have to
Suit up.
be in bulky suits, yeah.
Great.
At least you're wearing some kind of armor.
True.
Gravity play area. Options. Lighting.
Oh,
No.
we've got standard issue ones with us.
Do you mind if I move Flynn into the area? I just want to see. Oh, very good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, that's good enough. There's no lighting on inside. The door opens fine,
pretty
it's
typical.
not locked. You're greeted with frigidly cold air, which is being used to keep the large servers at the other end of the room humming quietly.
I guess that works the Joes. And the lights will be off to conserve power, so suit lights on, everyone's got a torch.
Has the complex ordered in for everyone?
That's Fog of War.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, okay. I thought that was for my thing.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't it?
The captain has fallen over.
Let me see if there's something else I can do there. Sticky? Oh no. There you go. I'm going to count this in the way that Alien generally counts it, in that the room you're in now is a zone, and moving out of a zone is a turn.
Okay.
So everybody gets a turn, whatever they're doing. It's like combat without enemies, basically.
Oh, stealth mode.
The
It
inner
doesn't say
door
that.
here, alas, has jammed. The electronics don't seem to be working for it.
I'm probably frozen.
Cutter, can you get us in there?
Yes, I should be able to. I have a cutting torch.
Yeah, that'd do the trick.
Might be a bit extreme, but hell with it.
Yeah,
Why not?
If you were seeing,
There
you
doesn't
could-
seem to be a manual override. So,
Oh, well.
yeah, cutting torch probably is the best bet.
It is my namesake after all. Okay.
I believe the cutter gives you +2 to heavy machinery rolls like this. So, I'll be asking for, yeah, strength and heavy machinery +2.
Just what that's happening. Consumables and us.
I'm going to say you're all stocked up with 4 of each.
Also, Jim's looking for an access terminal of some kind just to get an idea what's on the server.
Oh, right. There are access servers. They're encrypted. So you would have to hack your way into them.
Okay, so strength and heavy machinery, that is 8.
+2.
+2, so that's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
What do you think these are? Oversight for the Joes?
I think that makes the most
Ooh.
sense.
Right, a
Two
success
successes.
and a stunt. So you can show off or get it done in half the time or do it silently or
So what
little
happens
bonuses
is-
like that, yes?
So Jericho gets he goes and gets his cutting torch
Mm-hmm.
and he brings it out and he spends the next few minutes talking to people about the best practice of cutting doors open safely. So he starts on the corner and he turns around to everyone and starts saying, so what you really want to do is you want to hold it at this angle and then, and we're not going to do the whole thing, but he goes off into a big spiel about the safety practices and the best way to open a door with
And then
his
completely
cutting
ignores
torch.
all of it.
He does also occasionally look down at his trusty new bolt gun, and it's really obvious he's dying for someone to ask him about it.
Nobody does.
Alright. Basically, you show off.
Totally, yeah.
Alright then. With a clang, the door just melts out of the way. And it's damn near pitch black in here, despite the windows. There's not an awful lot of light coming from the directions that these windows face. And this is mostly storage.